Give me a second, guys. Give me a second while I fuck with this. I gotta put a shirt on. Oh no, somehow that fucking... This copyright notice for the stupid March Google Hangout. What the hell? How come it... I'll have to figure that out later. I thought I beat that, but I... Why does it think that there's a song in that video? That's so stupid. I gotta invite people to this hangout. Give me a second. Yeah, so it's back. The one that says Google Hangout full music composition. I have to file a dispute again? What the hell? I thought I already fought it. See, this is looking at this channel and logging on to it every once in a while. This vlog channel, it really reminds me what it's like to not be on a network, you know. Okay, so copy this link. I'm gonna send it to my patrons. Just give me a second. I'm gonna get a shirt on. And it sucks that like it doesn't even feel like privileges, you know. It just feels like things that should just already exist. It shouldn't be that easy to get an illegitimate copyright claim, you know. It shouldn't be that easy regardless of whether or not you have a network. Having a network or not shouldn't be a factor in terms of how stupid that is. Okay, so I'm just copying and pasting the link. And all right. I clicked the send button. Oh! And it's sent. So everybody can show up. And I'm gonna get a shirt on anyway. Just give me a second. And get some water. It's like 1:03 because I don't want to like keep people waiting, but I'm always just so late. I don't see the oh wait, no, I see it. Okay, give me a second. It's like 1:03 because I don't want to like keep people waiting.
Nope. There we go.
No.
Hey.
Uh-huh. Hey.
Hey.
1 second.
Yep.
There we go. How's it going?
Pretty good. Trying to see if my shit's all set up currently.
Well, I can hear you.
Oh, hey, there we go.
That's
at least a bonus.
Yeah, boy.
Ooh.
If you take off that mask, will you die?
It would be extremely painful. Oh, Christ. Sorry, I just got off strep throat.
Doing it again. Okay. How's it? Oh, yeah. So, is this your first hangout?
Yeah, I signed up last month.
Okay, sweet. Thank you very much for the support.
You're welcome. I fucking love your videos, and eventually finally got a working credit card. So, hey, there we go.
Nice. Hey, Mark's here. That son of a bitch.
It's actually my first time even watching Hangout in general. So.
Oh, okay. So you'll have no idea how much of a disaster this is all the time.
Hey, it's just like my life.
Woo! Congratulations.
I wish this water was vodka or rat poison. Either one will work.
Don't we all?
Oh man.
Or vodka flavored rat poison.
That's my favorite.
Trick your friends.
To eating poison. I'm
If that's
now.
not a thing yet, it should
Yeah.
be.
Ahoy!
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
It says ahoy.
Yep.
We were looking. I thought it said yesterday. I thought it said brony just by looking at
What
it
up?
for a split
Okay,
second.
well, you see what you want.
Hey, wait.
He dipped out.
Oh no, Guillermo.
He dipped.
It's so I feel like I need either more lights in this room or like
Better
a different kind of setup. No, the camera. I fucked around with this camera for a while, but I guess a better camera wouldn't hurt. But I think it's just the fact that like during the day we've always got light coming in from behind there. Because it's not like I don't know what I would do if I wanted to block out the light completely. Just put like a sheet over top, I guess. I guess I could do that. I guess
That would
that
work,
wouldn't be the
yeah.
worst
It's
thing in
like
the
I'm
world.
coming from beyond the grave that would warn you.
Who?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello.
For your support.
Yeah.
How's your day?
Pretty good. I've been getting so excited for this hangout because I couldn't be here last, in March.
Shit.
Oh yeah,
Because
it's monthly. So
yeah.
if anybody winds up like donating once and then missing it and then not donating again, just send me a message because I could reimburse it or
I
make
was
some
in a
donations
different
next one.
city, so I
Oh, yeah?
couldn't. Yeah.
I'm just gonna send out the email ones because I already sent out the Patreon ones. Just some people donate over PayPal, and I wind up usually sending them the same link too. So just give me a second while I do that.
Look at that.
Hey. Let's see.
Trying not to make too much noise. Just from, like everyday shit, like drinking and my fan.
Oh
back
well,
there.
thank you for being considerate. I didn't even notice on the last hangout, but I noticed in some of the comments, someone was apparently like breathing with their nose a lot, but whatever.
That was probably.
I'm not gonna like rag on my patrons because this isn't anybody watching. Like if you're watching this on my vlog channel, keep in mind that this isn't really like the purpose of this hangout isn't to provide like a monthly podcast for everybody to be entertained. It's like a perk thank you thing for my patrons.
Yeah.
Before anything, so like don't be too if anybody's like watching these and isn't a patron, don't be too like picky about it. I guess not the biggest deal in the world if someone's nose breathing.
Look at that. I'm just one of those. Christ, I can't even speak. I'm obnoxious to my own audio levels. I always check that all the time, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm talking too loud, or this is a little too much background noise and shit.
Yeah, most people don't have don't even think about that shit.
Why am I the only patron with a video camera on? Wow.
I don't know. There
I-
might be more people showing up. Who knows? We might have more video camera people. We might not.
There's usually at least like a good 3.
I don't know. It's a good variety. Okay, still sending the email ones. Got a couple left. Nope.
Adam,
Sorry?
yeah, I've always wondered, what do you think about the Beatles?
The Beatles.
Yeah.
They're good. I'm not obsessed over them.
Yeah.
I understand their relevance and their point in history and everything that they inspired. I really like Yesterday, and I made a cover for that, but I haven't released it. It's just
Okay.
like me on the piano thing. So I think that's
Yeah.
probably my favorite song by them. But otherwise, I mean, no really extremely strong feelings about the Beatles, either positively or negatively.
Okay.
I like them, but it's not. I don't know that the only album I've ever actually listened to, like a full, they've got so many hit songs that I feel like I've listened to albums worth of their material. but the only actual full album I've listened to was the White Album, which was very interesting. Revolution 9 was really cool when I was like 15.
I haven't listened to their albums, but I like listened to their song, like single. Yeah, but
Of those.
yeah, but happy late birthday. It was 2 days ago.
Thank you. It was 2 days ago. Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, really?
I'm 25 now.
Yay.
Hey, congratulations.
How old is Mark?
I'm 27.
46.
Oh yeah. You've only got to survive one more year
Mm-hmm.
if you don't want to join the club.
Exactly.
The Kurt Cobain and Amy Winehouse and etc. club.
I'll just suicide. It's fine.
Thanks.
Catch up. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get a head start.
There you go.
So usually, what happens in these hangouts is we usually wind up talking about certain movies that are going to be released within the month. And so I'm gonna actually just check on IMDb to see what's out. Oh yeah, there's the Neon Demon trailer, which I didn't actually watch all the way through because for movies that I'm gonna see anyway, I try not to like spoil anything about it. So I kind of just like I saw that it existed, and I skipped through. Like I clicked maybe 4 different times and watched the trailer for a total of like 5 seconds, and was like, "Yep, that looks like Nicholas Winding Refn."
I thought it looked similar to The Guest, like stylistically, like, you know what I mean?
You know, I haven't even seen The Guest yet, but I will. It's one that like, if it's the same movie I'm thinking of, it came out like 2015, right?
Yeah, it came out 2014. Like,
Oh no, I keep every time I hear either one of these two movies, I confuse them. The Guest and The Gift. Yeah, I confuse because I haven't seen either of them, but I confuse them every time I think about them. I was thinking of The Gift.
oh yeah, The Gift.
I haven't seen either. The Gift is one of those movies that like, as soon as it came out and people were giving it overwhelmingly positive reviews, I looked at the trailer and was like, well, I'm probably not gonna like this, but I'll watch
concept falls apart at the end. That's my response to it.
It seems exactly like the type of movie that would fall apart at the end.
I don't know. I kind of
You
like
know?
the ending. It was kind of like the little trickery with the ending. I mean,
Yeah.
it was slightly stupid, but it was also kind of interesting.
It seems exactly like the kind of movie that I would call stupid. by the
Although
end of it.
I forgot what his name is of the movie. The director is one of the main characters of the movie, and he also
Yeah, Joel Edgerton.
yeah, he was fine. He was fine.
Yeah, he wrote and directed it. It was pretty cool.
Have I seen this year's Cannes lineup? No, because I don't know. I think I'd be more interested in seeing like what winds up winning in certain categories first, and seeing what gets buzz. Because there's a lot of like, despite Cannes being the most prestigious film festival ever, still it does not escape from the reality that most of the movies being played there are complete garbage. You know,
Oh, yeah.
So like, I mean, that's everything. You know, you can't escape that. You can't. There's no such thing as having like a sample size of films where most of them aren't garbage. You know, it doesn't exist. You could not make a profitable film festival if you only had good films, because there's not enough good films to be able to sustain a business of a film festival. You know.
Oh yeah. Plus it's
Literally, there's no such
a
thing.
few hours long, maybe.
Which is, yeah, exactly. You have to keep that in mind if you ever go to a film festival. Like, you need to know what you want to watch. You can't just pick a random movie, because otherwise you're probably going to be disappointed.
Severely.
Yes.
Like, they fill up the festival with shit. Toronto Film Fest is like actually amazing because their festival is a lot. So, coming from Vancouver Film Fest, which is the local one, which is why I've been to that one so much more, they've still got some great movies, but they have the festival goes on for like twice as long as Toronto Film Fest, and they have I think they have even like way more theaters too. And so Vancouver Film Fest, despite having a lot of the same great films, it gets oversaturated with just so much garbage that like if you don't know if you don't know what you want to watch and why you want to watch it, then you're probably going to see some really, really, really god awful films. I feel like Toronto Film Fest has a better kind of sample. You know, I feel like theirs is a bit more exclusive in more ways than one. I can't wait to go back. I really should start planning for this year because that's something I would love to go back
When is
to.
the Toronto Film Festival?
September, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, September something. But it's only like so the one that was last year was like I think the total length of the entire film festival was like 13 days or something. I don't know. But I caught the tail end of it. So I didn't go for the whole thing. I went for the last 5 or 6 days. And there were a few films that I wasn't able to see just because of this other movies being in the way, but I pretty much got to see everything that I wanted to, and I think I made the better choice by going near the end of it because everybody else is trying to go at the beginning. For whatever reason, a lot of people treat this as this big like, oh, celebrity VIP sort of thing, which it is, and all the celebrities are there, or most of them within the first like the premiere showings, right? And so opening night and opening showings of certain films get all this like red carpet crazy treatment, and I don't know. I feel like it's a more enjoyable experience when it's not that for me in particular because I'm there to see the movie. I'm not there to
Yeah.
gawk at Brad Pitt or somebody.
That was
You
loud.
know? I feel like
But,
the
yeah.
movie is what you should be there for, but I don't know. I guess you can't really attract that much attention if you don't have the whole red carpet giant charade treatment.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's a business. Like the Oscars.
It's a business.
Business.
It's money.
Yeah, I saw this like interview with Charlie Kaufman talking about the Oscars and how it's like kind of like a political system or something like that. Like
Yeah.
he said, he didn't like it.
Did he say that before or after losing to Inside Out? Because I
I know
mean,
he said
I'm sure he knew either way.
He said he doesn't like losing in interviews, so I don't know if he already knew he lost or not. But yeah,
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he knew he was gonna lose though.
Yeah, there was no way, and I've said this before, but it's just the most insulting part was not that he had no chance, but it was the fact that they rubbed it in by having Pixar announce the winners by having Pixar announce themselves. You don't do that. Why would you do that?
It was fucking insane.
It was
Like,
really
imagine- I
insulting.
don't
It was
think it's a bad
literally
one,
just
though.
like you had no chance. You never had a chance. This was going to. You were never even considered for this. Like we did not even consider you to be an option. This is exactly it. It was really fucking embarrassing. I can't believe they did that.
He was
I
making
was
an
so
argument
mad. You can't get Pixar to announce Pixar as the winner. Why would you do that? It's
Money.
so disrespectful. There was no. Well, I mean, no, they were gonna win either way. But I mean, I don't see why they had to get Woody and Buzz to
That was fucking weird.
like. That was just so insulting. I can't.
Strangest thing in the world.
Hey, Daniel.
What's up, man?
Daniel. Hey.
Daniel.
It's Daniel Sinclair.
Damn, Daniel.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hi, Mark. I love you, Mark.
Oh, I love you too. I have a man crush on you.
Oh no.
A baby.
The epic bromance.
It's already
Where is
spawned a
that
child.
coming from? Is that
Peter
coming from your
Mark.
car?
My favorite.
Is there a child in your car?
No, that's just weird noises happening.
Oh,
I'm not gonna ask any
Oh my
there's
questions.
somebody in the trunk.
There's a child in the trunk actually.
We're getting
Dingo
rid of
taking the
bodies
baby.
now. We're getting rid of bodies. So.
I left my baby in the trunk for too long and it melted.
But I'm not responsible for it. So.
A suitcase got my baby.
Have I seen Green Room? No, but I noticed that it was coming out. And I don't know. So if anybody's wondering, Green Room is
Is it like
the
a
next
Rocky movie
movie
or something?
from the guy that directed Blue Ruin. I didn't see
shit.
Murder Party. I kind of want to see Murder Party, and I'm probably going to see that for my 2007 list, if that's... I guess it counts for that. I saw Blue Ruin, which I know a lot of people, like, literally went nuts over, but I kind of... As much as I like what it did, and I like I like how bloody it was, and I liked the whole, like, oh, find out what's happening to him thing, even though that's been done a few times before. It was kind of cool. But
I like the way it started.
without really spoiling anything, there's a point in it where I got so upset by how stupidly convenient something was, and I remember just looking at the movie, and I looked at it and I just thought, if this happened in a not indie movie, I would be just as mad. So they're like, why would I give it extra credit just because it's an indie film? This is just as stupid, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure anybody who's watched it could probably tell which point I'm talking about, but there's a really convenient something that happens that just so happens to save somebody.
But would you
And
still recommend it? Because I was thinking about watching that the other day.
I would. Well, yeah. I mean, but most people are bound to enjoy it, and it's a smaller film, so I would say, you know, support it because it's not getting as much attention as.
Yeah.
Have you seen Brick, Adam?
Brick?
Yeah.
Not yet, but I'll be seeing it at some point soon. I could probably see it before his Star Wars movie.
I like it more than
Doing
Looper.
that. I'd imagine I would also like it more than Looper.
Oh, Brick?
I like the noir like sense of it. Like the dialogue was pretty fun.
It's
like
funny. It's like everybody's trapped in a 1930s noir or 1940s kind of noir like film. It's yeah, like it's almost like people are talking out of time and place, and I kind of like that about the movie actually.
Yeah. Honestly, it's still one of the few movies I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt in.
Yeah.
he has some pretty funny lines.
I mean, the one where he's on a bike was my favorite, but it's kind of hard to beat that.
Oh no, that stupid movie!
What was it called?
Did you even watch it?
No, I skipped through it.
Premium Rush.
Yeah, Premium.
I watched it
Rush.
in theaters, and I was like, it was one of those movies that I was just so angry about.
Did you watch the Walk movie?
No, I didn't watch that.
I don't know.
That.
Premium Rush was just insulting.
Uh,
Premium Rush was just one of the most garbage movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
it's a fucking train wreck.
It was.
I like how the clocks in the movie constantly like there's
It tried so hard to be cool. It tried so hard to be cool.
But like it constantly had this time thing, like, oh, it's a race against time or like that. But every time you saw a clock in the movie, it contradicted what time it actually was, and I like that's a thing I wouldn't do as a
Glaring
director. It's like when specifically, especially like the thing of the movie is like it's like this character's in a huge rush, and he's always like, oh, I gotta be on
premium
time,
rush.
and he's
God
in
damn, I
a
was
premium
gonna say
rush. It's like you'd think that like you would check your clocks and you would check like shit like that. If it isn't his wristwatch, every other clock in that movie is like 10 p.m. like fucking or 10 a.m. and like it's all over the map. It's like it's going back in time, it's going forward in time. It doesn't make any sense. It's
that was the least of my
I know,
issues.
but that's still something. That's still something that took me out of the movie. Like there's a scene where there's two people talking and there's a fucking clock in frame, in focus, and you're like, it's 6 in the afternoon, and they're inside, and you're like, what the fuck? That's 3 hours ahead of what it should be in this movie technically. He's like, I gotta be there by 3. The 6 right behind him. It's like, what the fuck?
What if that movie is secretly a prequel to Looper? It's all one shared universe. There you go.
What if it's secretly
Did he
a
even
sequel
direct
to
that movie?
Synecdoche, New York?
No, he didn't.
I was like, he's only directed like 3 movies so far.
Yeah,
That designer gave 0 fucks while making the movie.
I like the design of the world of Looper. I liked
Yeah.
the depiction.
Looper's not a bad movie, even though
The
it's
TK
one of
style.
those movies that I made a YMS review about because it's stupid, but it's not a bad movie. It's just the logic of it, like, just is shit. It's a really stupid movie that people were praising as being smart.
Didn't you like make a comment that if he was like sending people back in time, what is he sending like 1,000 feet in the air or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Johnson actually like answered that question like on Twitter to somebody who like asked the same question to him, and he just said it was like to make the movie fun. Like that's why he didn't have like that kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean, like there were nods in Looper that were like, "Don't think about it." Right.
Yeah.
But
Bruce Willis literally said, "It's like whatever. It's
it
time to
doesn't
go."
matter, and slams his hand on the coffee table, which was I liked that.
Yeah.
I liked that little.
That was
nod.
also Bruce Willis's best performance in fucking years.
Yeah, that's
Oh, you
also another reason why people really liked it. Is
You
'cause
didn't
it's
love
like,
him
whoa,
in
he's
Cop Out?
he's acting again.
Oh, Cop Out. Oh, phew. Mwah.
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 Fucking
Mwah.
He's just phoning it in for the paycheck. That's all he's doing.
That looked depressing. He looked. Oh
Ugh.
man, I can just imagine him.
Shit.
I'm like, he apparently really likes Kevin Smith, and that's why he did that movie.
Ugh.
But
Why
like,
would you like Kevin Smith?
Why does anyone
Like-
like Kevin Smith?
There's only one good Kevin Smith movie to me, and it's Dogma. That's mostly because of
I
Alan
like
Rickman.
Dogma.
Clerks 2 was just hilarious, though. I enjoyed that movie.
I feel like
First
Kevin
Clerks.
Smith-
What the fuck?
Clerks was good.
Yeah,
but
Kevin Smith is
What?
overrated.
He is. He's very.
I don't think he's
Even the
overrated.
last-
He
Nobody watches his
There's no
movies.
real reason why he should be a named director. There's no reason why he should be a director that you say his name and people know who he is.
He's a novelty. That's all he is.
Yeah.
He's a novelty.
I think he's
Yeah.
similar to like Max Landis, where he's such a personality outside of his films that he got a name because of that.
But yeah, Max Landis is more
Wasn't-
famous on
He's like
social
J.J.
media
Abrams.
for his movies.
Wasn't Landis doing YouTube videos though before he got like a major?
Yeah, he has a channel and it's got like 98,000 subs right now.
Yeah, he made a video like yesterday, like two, about the
He
Ghost in the
makes
Shell.
videos all the time.
I'll go.
He makes a lot of videos that he'll like have as unlisted that you can only see if you click from his Twitter profile.
Oh
He's
yeah, yeah.
constantly making videos and shit.
See, I'm cool with him. I
like
Chronicle was fine. I didn't like American Ultra, but that was more about the movie itself, not really the writing.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like it's really weird watching something from the perspective, especially like I've met the guy and we've hung out.
He's a cool guy for sure.
It's really weird watching movies just from the perspective of I'm only watching this because I know the writer, and
Yeah.
at the same time it's not like a Charlie Kaufman film. You know, it's not like the most ingenious writer of all time. And even now, Charlie Kaufman has a very clear idea of what he wants, and he only would work with directors that can bring those ideas to the table. And now it's at the point where he's such a control freak that he's directed his own movies. Whereas with Max Landis, he isn't really working in the indie scene anymore. He's going the studio route, and because of that, he doesn't really have that much control over his projects at all. Like, he'll write something, and then, like, the movie will happen, and it's not the same movie at all as what he wrote. Or,
I heard stories about
you know,
Frankenstein's production that didn't sound good.
yeah, I don't even know. I mean, it's just the studio.
I think he's
studio
acknowledged
route
that
is just such a
stepping away
fucking
from
mess.
the movie.
Like, there's no guarantee as a writer that your vision is actually going to show up in the film at all.
Unless
And
you're like
that's what's kind of weird about it. And then it's like when the film, if the film doesn't turn out so great, then who do you blame? You know, and it's like, how are you rating the film? And are you rating it as a film? Or are you rating it as a script? You know.
I mean, in a strange way, you could say that about, ironically, Josh Trank's Fantastic Four. Was that originally his vision, or
I was,
what
you know, I blame him because the movie we got was the remnants of someone literally ramming it into the ground, saying "fuck it" and lighting the movie on fire. You know, that was Josh Trank that did that. If he didn't do that, if let's say he compromised his vision and it was like, oh, this isn't the movie that I wanted to make, but I made it anyway because the studio wanted me to, it would have been different than what we got.
No, yeah.
Like what we got was not, oh, my vision was compromised. What we got was, let's fucking blow up the whole world. Like let's destroy this entire movie. I'm mad and I don't want this movie to even be made, and some other director is going to have to scramble together to figure out how the fuck we can end it in 2 seconds because I left.
That movie is so weird.
I blame Josh
It
Trank.
deviates so far from the source material.
Like,
I was talking about this the other day, and literally like 2 days ago. I was talking about Josh Trank, and he had his entire career set up for him. He did Chronicle. He, I mean, like Chronicle was kind of just a miracle movie in the sense that like there's no reason why they should have gotten that much money for just being two nobodies trying to make some weird like superhero-esque found footage movie. Like nobody should have given them $3 million, but they got it and it worked out, and they were able to make something and make profit off of it. They both made a name for themselves in a way, and Josh Trank gets lined up with a studio movie, Fantastic Four, already existing intellectual property. Fantastic Four, it's a thing, and it's been a thing for a while. You're making a movie signed under Fox, and so if you're a director, Josh Trank, and you even want to, even if you want to say like, oh, I want to bring my own flair to this, I want to turn it into something that's my own, sure, you can say that. But when you sign a contract with a studio, and especially if you're signing a contract with a studio over a superhero movie, are you really going to be a fucking baby about it when you find out that they're not going to let you have complete creative freedom over the movie that you're making? When you're a director for hire for a studio, you have to treat yourself the same way that you would treat any one of your actors on set. If you're making your movie and you have your vision, and the actor's like, no, I don't actually want to do it that way, fuck you! I hired you to do this for me. This is the vision I want. This is what I want to bring to the table. That's what you have to treat yourself as if you're going the studio route. You kind of waive your right to have complete creative freedom over your movie when you're making a movie for the studio. You are the director for hire. You are their puppet. You're not you can't just bitch about it when.
You think you should have just did what Edgar Wright did and like just step off the project?
Yeah. I guess what Josh Trank did wrong is he didn't gauge it early enough. So Edgar Wright was able to be like, yeah, it's pretty obvious I'm not going to get to make the movie I want to make. Whereas Josh Trank apparently just like ignored everything and was just like, oh fuck, yeah, I'll do it. I don't care what they say. And then when he found out that they were like, no, then he was just like, just show up drunk to work every single day and literally ram the project into the fucking ground. Like, he acted like a child over it.
They literally sent in handlers. Like, they sent in, like, suits to stand around every day just to, like, make him do the movie they wanted to make. He didn't realize that he's just a hired gun and nothing else.
All he had to do to not destroy his career was to fucking bite the bullet and be like, you know what? I don't actually own Fantastic Four, so I don't own the rights to this. Fox does. So I'm going to make a movie that's out of my comfort zone. I'm just going to release it, and it's going to be like, I'm maybe not going to be happy with it, but it's going to be a movie, and if I can make it a success, if I can make it a sellable movie, even if it's not something that's true to my heart and true to my vision as an artist, I can make a shit ton of money, and then I can make whatever goddamn indie movie I want. I can self-finance something at that point. I will have tons of producers that will want to work with me, being like, yo, I'm going to give this guy money. I'm going to trust him because so far he's been a success. He did the exact opposite. He ran his career into the fucking ground, and he was even set up to do one of the Star Wars spin-off movies, like in the Star Wars universe, and Disney was just like, oh, nope, you're done, and completely canned it. And now nobody's going to work with him ever. He's done. He's fucking done. He destroyed his entire career. I blame him. He was a baby. He was a fucking child over that. And you can't just do that and expect that anybody will want to work with you again. You have to be a fucking professional. If you don't want to go the studio route ever again, bite the bullet and you'll be done with it, you know? That's all you had to do was just bite the bullet. Sorry?
I said, what do you think was going to happen when he took over Star Wars? Wasn't he in line to do a Star Wars film?
Yeah. I think it was one of like.
I don't know if let's say he completely regretted the idea of doing Fantastic Four, then he would probably, like, even if he bit the bullet, he should probably be smart enough to just say, like, okay, well, then maybe I should just refuse the offer from Disney because clearly the
Adam
studio
Martin.
route is not what I want to be
Yes.
doing.
He's not J.J. Abrams. They're not gonna let him do what he wants to do. Basically, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
like as-
I mean, yeah, it doesn't. He's not forced to accept that offer, you know. But at least his career wouldn't have been ruined in the sense that, like, you know, people would still want to work with him in one way or another, regardless of what kind of movie he was making. He would still have choices. He would have options. Now he has no options. Now nobody wants to work with him at all.
It takes two to tango, though. But I mean, he fucked up.
He
big
fucked
time.
up.
Yeah.
It's his fault. He can't.
It's a shitty system, and
He should know what he's getting into. This is your job. If you're
but that's
making
what I'm
movies,
saying.
you should know
It's
how
two to
movies are
tango.
made.
It's a shitty
Yeah.
system, but he did not make the smart choice. He was like being rebellious was not a good it was the worst decision.
He was
he's
being
ever
a
made.
fucking baby.
maybe he was just too early in the game to be doing like a big film. Like maybe he should have did a couple more indies.
Like maybe he couldn't.
He could have
really
bit
had
the
to.
bullet. He could have
Yeah.
just said, "Fuck it. I'm gonna make a sellable movie. It's gonna be so successful that I'm not gonna give a shit, and I'm gonna make my own art in 2 years after
The
that."
thing with big budget movies like that is usually what a director is your job is like almost I think like when it becomes like depending on who the director is, especially if this is like if it's Josh Trank of all things, his involvement is like it's necessary, but it's kind of minimal. It's like the movie's already kind of made for you. You just have to show up, yell action,
Yeah, you have
direct
to
the
direct it.
actors, and that's
Yeah.
about it. Like you're kind of a yes man, and that's it. You just say yes, or like not a yes man in the sense of that, but you just say yes to things. Like people will
Well, you
come
have to,
up
like,
to you
stay
and
aside
ask
from
you,
us,
do we
basically.
need this? Do we need that? Should we do it like this? And you just say yes, 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 and you tell the actors. Like the hardest part will be directing your actors and just telling what their motivation is and
Fix
deciding
your
which
wig.
is the best cut and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like he could have showed up buzzed because like he got shit faced. Like look at George Lucas. He directed the fucking prequels sitting in a fucking lawn chair with a Starbucks cup and like literally like 50 feet away from the actors and like almost like practically another room. It was like sitting there silently. Okay, cut.
Hey, don't talk about George Lucas.
It's pod racing.
That's so
We
George
could
Lucas
be
is
here
a
for
guy.
another 3 hours about Lucas.
Now you're on the Gungan planet
Yeah.
and you're
Wrong
fighting
channel.
and you're fighting with lightsabers.
Now bring in Jar Jar.
Okay, whatever you say. I just see a big green room, but okay.
What's this Mr. Binks in the script here? Don't
Mr.
worry about
Binks.
that.
Bring in more Jar Jar.
That's the secret to
JJ.
everything. Don't you touch
Abrams.
my binks.
God, do you think he's pissed at J.J. Abrams
Jar Jar.
now?
He's been,
don't think he cares.
he already like the
He
the
cried like a
second
baby.
yeah the second the
Baby
the
man.
episode 7 came out, he did an interview and was just like, I'm so sad. Like
He did that. He was like,
this is not what Star Wars is supposed to be.
They
You
made a
sold it.
They
Fuck
made
off.
a good Star Wars. How dare they?
No one forced you to sell it for $2 billion.
I wouldn't be
look of his
bitching
face,
for
like, on
$2
his
billion.
face.
there wasn't enough CGI in that episode.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you think? Like, people
They
are.
didn't use green
it's- It's again just exactly like Josh Trank. Like, you made a decision, and you're gonna bitch about the decision that you made when it was really obvious what was going to happen after you made that decision. When you sign a contract, you're making a studio movie. When you sell your intellectual property, you're selling the rights to have control over your intellectual property. They're gonna make it whatever the fuck they want to make it. If you didn't want it to be that, then maybe you shouldn't have sold it. Why are you crying about it? You sold it for $2 billion.
You weren't even
a
doing
choice
it.
you made.
You
What do
had
you
no
think?
plans
What do you think was gonna happen when you made that choice? It's
I didn't mean
unbelievable.
to make a movie.
I don't get it.
is
5
George
billion.
Lucas
Okay,
a
it was 5
prequel
billion
to
apparently.
Josh Trank? He has to be a prequel to Josh Trank. Holy shit.
I don't know. Man, people are stupid.
Although
I don't get why he would do that. Why would he just immediately jump into an interview and just cry about it? Like,
have
He
you
probably wanted people to know he was mad, most likely.
have you read about there was a game studio that was working on a Darth Maul game for LucasArts, and he got autistically upset. I've got
what?
the link somewhere.
because
'cause-
George Lucas was getting upset about it.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
I recently
I have
watched
not
that
seen
video with who's the guy that directed American Hustle?
David Russell.
Yeah.
David O. Russell, yeah, I saw the video where he freaked out.
David O. Russell, American Hustle. Alright.
That was a pretty funny
Good
video.
There was also the.
I'm sick of David O. Russell now.
They had what was it? They had that one
He
game.
makes
in the
good
works.
movies, I guess. Yeah.
He makes very like the bar movies.
Is Joey any good?
He doesn't make above the bar movies. He makes.
I don't think anybody's seen Joy in this chat, probably.
I know it just had such bad reviews that it's like, well, you know, why even bother?
I only want to see
think I
it
kinda
because it
interrupted you.
looks very similar to the cover of Deus Ex. Someone notice that?
Which guy? Today is.
All right. Here's the link to that article to the chat.
Game Informer.
This was an interview the Game Informer did with Red Fly Games, which.
So there was a
tell
Dark
George
game
Lucas
supposed to
no.
happen, and then George Lucas just got mad and it didn't
That's
happen.
one of like many, though. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
one of
imagine
these,
that's like a recurring theme.
There was also the last game that they were gonna make was one where you played as a bounty hunter. On
Yep,
that,
1313.
Yeah, 1313. That looked fucking amazing. That looked so good.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, it looked fucking amazing.
EA canceled it after they got rights to the games.
EA does a lot of things like that.
Battlefront, the most amazing game ever.
The most amazing game. Mwah. Try
No story.
playing as a hero or a villain online. I dare you. I know people who still own the game, and they're still like, I've never played as a hero or a villain in a big match. It's like on Team Battle or some shit. It's just like there's
You mean like Darth Vader or Luke?
Yeah, it's because in the older games you were randomly picked when you died. If you were shot down in a fight, suddenly you would come back and say, "Oh shit, I'm Luke Skywalker" or something. If you're playing as like the rebels, in this game you have to find the icons,
and it's always at the same spot in the beginning of the game.
And there's people who play the game that will just sit back. They won't even engage in a fight, and they'll sit back where they know all the icons are. And they'll see one come up and they'll rush it and they'll become like Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader. Or
I think that's like.
I'm glad you play all these bad games that I will never touch.
I just don't like the fact that it's basically just a like Call of Duty without even a shitty Call of Duty story. Like
it. You know what's so sad is like there's so many multiplayer games where they're just gravitating more and more towards Call of Duty. You know,
yeah.
Like when there's one really highly successful
Halo.
online game. Yeah, exactly. Halo got
problem is
turned into Call of Duty.
Let
They get
COD
the
be
quality.
COD. Make your own thing. COD is fine being COD.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. Well, when you
like
see,
Force Unleashed was pretty good.
you see the same thing everywhere, right? You see like Marvel doing their whole extended universe thing, and now it's like, oh, something's making a shit ton more money than we are. Let's do the exact same thing. And then you see the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trying to fit in all these gigantic storylines, and
That's how
like
Sony's
Fant Four Stick was trying to fit in as many like setups to the next universe, and then fucking Batman versus Superman apparently did the same thing, but I
That's
didn't
the
see it because
problem
I'm smart.
They're always trying to like make everything cohesive before it even comes out. It's like you need to just focus on that film and then
They're literally it's just whenever you see a wildly successful marketing product or franchise, every other major studio in the industry is going to try and copy it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, that's a cash cow of epic proportions right there. And right now, Disney's doing everything. Disney's got like all the blockbusters for the next 20 years right now.
They got all their fingers in the hole.
Sony is attempting
Besides
to
Star
do it
Wars.
again for the third time.
Sony will keep trying, but Sony is like the most detached when it comes to like what they think will sell and like how to market it and what to like. They don't know what the
thing
fuck
Sony
they're
put out.
doing movie-wise.
The last major thing Sony put out was.
I mean, like good.
Oh, anything good? Whiplash. That's it.
Oh yeah. Wait, that was that Blumhouse.
But that's you can't. Sorry, did you say
Blumhouse.
that was Sony? Oh yeah, no.
Sonic Pictures
I mean,
classic.
you can't really say that a studio had influence when they just distribute something.
Well, it's the last thing they've distributed that was any good.
Exactly. It's like, oh, they noticed that it got such overwhelmingly positive reception and sales that they decided to pay money to put it into theaters. Like,
And it was already
they just looked at it.
There was
Hey,
already a
man.
short that was like that garnered a lot of attention already. So it wasn't even like Blumhouse took a risk. They pretty much knew it was gonna be pretty good. They didn't make a lot of money, but they knew it was gonna be like good.
Blumkin
I knew it was
knows.
going to be the Oscar bait.
Yeah.
But I mean, Sony's trying this cinematic universe shit again with the new Ghostbusters train wreck.
Oh my god.
Is that what they're doing there?
They are doing that. They're making an all-male Ghostbusters
Oh my
movie.
No. I mean,
Like
like
a
they're
year
doing
or
it. So they,
I think it's just a stop. There should have never been a Ghostbusters.
yeah, out of all of the like intellectual properties that you could revive and say like, yeah, this will sell. Really? Like, go. It's
People think
Angry
it's about
Birds movie.
sexism.
They're making a fucking emoji movie, man. This
It's
is
not even the fact that they're
I'll
making
say it again. Sony doesn't know what the
fact.
fuck they're doing.
Sony
Sony
Pictures.
only knows how to fill their movies with product placements. I saw it
Ghostbusters
even in the
is not a good
Ghostbusters
actor.
trailer. Even in the Ghostbusters trailer, like lo and behold, the main characters show up in Times Square again, and you can see Sony Blu-ray advertisements again.
Yeah,
It's like
they're
they're
gonna
doing
use
the same
bio
thing over and
computers.
over. Like the movie pays for itself because they get to infect people with ads. And I guess in the same respect, like a lot of the Marvel movies, you're not really watching a movie, you're just watching a toy commercial, right? So
Commercial for reading the older comics, basically.
commercial for whatever
Although they're
billions
new
of dollars
Doctor
of merchandise they're
Strange,
selling.
I don't know. I feel like Doctor Strange would be good.
Doctor Strange, Tilda Swinton. There you go. That's my only response.
Oh.
I'm excited for it.
I'm on that bald head.
Oh yeah. Buckle up.
I didn't even see the trailer yet.
Oh wow.
It looks fine. It looks not like the other ones so far. So
It has, like,
taking
good
a little
moments, that's what I was
seriously.
There's another one.
What?
There's
No.
two. What?
There's only
Doctor-
one trailer. There's only one Doctor Strange
Oh,
trailer.
other trailer. Okay.
There is one.
But the other like Marvel
I
movies.
mean, Hubert Cumberdale, a really big old wet DJ, but they cut that because it's the X-rated
Hubert
that I made up.
Cumberdale?
They're gonna have the 5-hour XXX rated version of Doctor Strange.
The trailer for Doctor Strangelove.
Fund it.
Called. It's my own fan fiction. I've copyrighted it.
Hey,
So,
fanfiction can be sold. Look at 50 Shades.
Do not steal.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the release dates for Batman versus Superman because I feel like I have a new theory
It
about.
was
about
like March
marketing.
14th, roughly.
No, let's see. So it premiered in China, in Beijing, March 12th.
Oh, that's not surprising.
So what somebody posted on my subreddit before the movie was even released. So it got released globally March. It looks like March 23rd or 24th.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. 25th in the USA even. So like a few other countries, like all the other countries, like a couple days before. My theory at this point is that studios have realized that if you have a release date for your film in a country that is not USA, that is not your main target demographic of what sort of audiences you want to appeal to, if you release it in just random countries first, where all the hype isn't necessarily, then IMDb will count your movie as being released, and then every single fanboy who has not seen the movie yet will rate it 10 out of 10 on IMDb. Because what happened with Batman vs. Superman was when, like, about a week before the movie was actually released in the US, you could still vote on it, and it had a 9.2 from like 20,000 accounts that have clearly not seen the movie, and I was so pissed. And some people posted in my subreddit and were like, ha ha ha, this is so stupid, look at these idiot fanboys. And then some other people in my subreddit, for whatever reason, were like, oh, just because it's a superhero movie, like, you're being a bit pretentious. Like, no, it's because the movie's not out yet, and you're like,
And yeah.
they're like, oh, but what, so you don't get excited for movies? No, I get excited, but I don't rate them 10 out of 10 before
I even
watching
fucking-
it.
yeah,
You
before
can't
I sit
overinflate the
down.
rating with what you want the movie to be. You're supposed to rate movie what you saw, not what you hope it is. Fucking idiot.
But see,
And-
you're a little bit. Oh, sorry, go on.
Also, no, you go ahead, sir.
I was gonna say you're a little bit more optimistic than this. I'm more of I'm thinking somebody paid a bit of money and hired people to write those reviews constantly. I'm of that nature.
No, it's probably fanboys.
I think it's more likely that it was fanboys, because especially in the superhero genre, what they're doing right now, Doctor Strange. I'm just looking at the release dates. October 26th, Hong Kong. Release date in the U.S. November 4th. So, calling it right now.
Yeah.
When it comes
You're gonna
out,
get money overseas nowadays.
you're gonna see Doctor Strange with like a 9.5 rating from like 20,000 people before the movie's actually released, and they're gonna be from a bunch of American fanboys who really want to see the movie and are so excited for it that they're gonna rate it what they want it to be. Calling it right now.
It's gonna
That's gonna happen,
100%
and you're gonna see more and more superhero movies that release themselves slightly earlier, because now the studios have caught on. They're watching their IMDb accounts. They know, and they also know how much of an influence a massively positive rating on IMDb can have in terms of whether or not someone will see the movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Now,
And I'm calling it right now. That's gonna happen. It's gonna be a thing.
The other problem with BVS is how was it getting good reviews from people that saw screenings when the movie was obviously shit or mediocre at best?
That's exactly it. Is
Highly
because most of the people who were rating it hadn't actually seen it.
Yeah. No, I mean there was people that saw it at screenings, like on Twitter and stuff, and like people like, yeah, it's so good, you'll like it. And it's like, no, I won't.
20,000 people.
Yeah,
yeah.
but random Twitter people.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that it was better than Man of Steel. I'll say that. It's not.
I don't think it was better.
I haven't seen either of them.
That's something, but
for
I think
me.
the editing was bad. Like at the beginning of the film, for the most part, for like an hour, it was just terrible editing.
Man of Steel feels like a 2-hour-long Christ analogy. Actually, 2.5 hour long, roughly.
if I'm gonna watch that, I'd rather see him get the shit beaten out of him in the Mel Gibson Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Batman.
Well,
Batman was pretty good. I like Batman.
Batman was the best part of the whole movie, other than Lex Luthor. That was my saving grace. Those two characters.
Without even like seeing it, it seems like Ben Affleck cares a lot about it.
He
like way more than anybody else does.
He was enjoying himself a little bit.
Well, yeah, now he's doing a standalone Batman film that he's directing. He's like,
and writing.
Oh, I'm gonna make it how I want.
Yeah, there was like a rumor saying that he rewrote his lines before they started like shooting, so that.
Oh, that's funny.
It makes sense because they were way better than everybody else's. The whole movie, I could cut about an hour out of it, and you'd get the same exact point of the movie.
Yeah. Cut all that Lois Lane bullshit.
Yeah.
What a useless character. I'm sorry.
See, Lois is only there in the movies whenever the plot needs her to be there.
I heard about what happens at the ending where she like throws a spear that has the kryptonite on
it.
Wait!
Don't spoil it for anybody.
No, she doesn't.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's not a major spoiler here.
Okay, because I want to see. I still want to see it.
So
he doesn't throw the spear.
I'm still gonna see
it. Who cares?
Right?
Who cares? Anyways, she throws the kryptonite spear into the water, and then she runs away. And without anyone saying anything to her, she runs back to get. She's like, "Oh, I need that spear."
Well,
and she goes, and she knows exactly where it is too.
I mean, she doesn't know where it is.
There.
Well, how does she know to get it is the problem.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like they wrote her in afterward. They're like, oh yeah, we need her to do something.
Well, the funniest part is like Batman standing in the corner when they're fighting Doomsday, because Batman cannot do shit against Doomsday. So like, he's pointless in that movie for like a while.
Yeah. Wasn't he like shooting Doomsday with like kryptonite powder?
Like one time.
Yeah. Like
one time,
a couple canisters
into the dark.
So Zack Snyder is in charge of the Justice League Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You'll probably get kicked out, bro.
I mean,
they need a better director.
And the editing in that movie.
I guess he's more than willing.
The editing in the movie was terrible. Because there was a scene when you see the whole, hey, am I with you and she with you? The whole thing is Batman. He sends her emails throughout the movie, and then he knows who she is. But then when she appears, he's like, "Oh, is he with you? No, she's not with you." Like, how the fuck you not know who she is? You just send her a whole YouTube clip about what the fuck you just saw.
That's so true.
I can't wait.
Oh my god!
It's one of the Batman vs Superman is one of those movies that like I would have seen it in theaters just to laugh at it if it wasn't 2.5 hours long.
But just know that
There comes a point where it's not fun
anymore.
anymore.
Well, aren't you ready for the 4-hour-long extended R-rated cut on Blu-ray?
I actually want to see
That's not true, is it?
Watchmen.
There's no fucking way that...
I'd like to watch it.
Is
it 4? What?
4 hours. I'm not even shitting you here. The moment I
They're
heard
re-releasing it in America.
Extended Blu-ray.
Well, Watchmen was 3 hours and 35 minutes for the director.
Superman. Okay, let's see. This will be going...
I heard it was just 3 hours, though.
R-rated.
I thought it was...
Watch, there's going to be
the first cut was 4 hours long. Okay, alright, I was wrong. The first cut originally was 4 hours long.
Okay.
Whoa.
So they're going to add an extra 30
they're just advertising
minutes.
they'll be R-rated then.
Yeah.
That's probably why it's such a shitty editing job, because they just cut so much shit out of the movie.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Be a fan edit of this movie.
Oh, there's going to be one for... hopefully they color correct, because holy shit.
Is that another thing that happened? Like, because I kind of heard that about Man of Steel, but
it was a lot better with the colors. There's a scene in the Senate where there's a lot of, I'm not going to spoil that scene, but that one looked good, but the rest of it was kind of bleak and bleh.
Yeah, so
that was a pretty funny scene, actually, I think.
Oh, yeah, Granny Sweet Tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give them that. Lex was the best part of the film, other than Batman.
Yeah. I think the problem people don't like Lex is because he's Lex. Like they're like Lex should be 6 foot bald and look like a buff Bryan Cranston. It's like
I wouldn't mind Bryan Cranston though, as his father. If they're gonna do that, they kind of hint that his father is either dead or at least not in a stable position anymore.
Yeah.
Rare Blues 78 Daddy, I'm not sure if you're being serious, but it would be amazing if you are being serious. They say they saw Gun Safety for Women in theaters.
Oh, good lord.
I don't know.
I saw the Drunken Peasants talk about
I find it possible that he would have a private screening somewhere in Vegas. But
did he
I somehow feel like that wasn't a real legitimate statement.
Thing? Yeah. Did he cut you out? I don't know if you're allowed to talk about that, but I wasn't entirely sure if everything had happened.
Well, I didn't sign anything. I don't have a non-disclosure agreement or anything.
All right.
You saw it?
It seems as though he cut me out of it. He definitely removed all mentions of me being in it and blocked me on Twitter. So I have to assume that I'm not in it. In which case, I filmed the footage for it myself, so I can just release it either way. But I would like to wait until the thing's actually out, of which you can buy it right now. So.
Are you planning on seeing Demolition? I like Jake Gyllenhaal, but I heard it's been getting like pretty.
Well, I'll be seeing it. I don't know. Like I don't know if I'll see it in theaters or whatever.
Demolition is the one where his wife dies, and he goes, they didn't even know my wife.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the
Will
one.
this be a prequel to Nightcrawler?
Yes. That's
Okay,
when he
good.
loses it.
Louis Bloom never had a wife.
Yeah,
I would be alright with that.
if he did get a wife, it's like because he like blackmailed her into marrying him.
Like they had a kid, and he's like, "I'll kill your kid if you like get away from me if you leave."
Like he pokes a hole in his own condom, like, her pregnant, and then says
I'm gonna
like,
trap
"I'll push you
myself
down
here."
a flight of stairs if you don't continue to be with me." Just cry.
Louis
I don't
Bloom
know
is
where this is going.
That's my character though. He's an amazing sociopath though. That
I
was
don't know who's better, him or Patrick Bateman. I like Patrick. I mean, I guess I probably like Patrick Bateman more.
Yeah.
He's more charismatic.
Good taste in music.
Yeah.
They're both very well. I almost wouldn't compare them. They're two very different people, but they have the same condition almost.
Yeah.
Except for I think Patrick Bateman's a schizophrenic and he's definitely having some fucking hallucinations. Whereas
that last scene was a hallucination.
Wow, sorry. What was the character's name again for Jake Gyllenhaal?
Louis Bloom.
Oh yeah, Bloom. He was just a straight up sociopath. He was like just a pure like uncaring like monster.
Someone's been asking me for a while in the chat what my favorite Kurosawa films are. Can't really answer that one because I've only ever seen. What?
Sorry.
I've only ever seen Seven Samurai, so I haven't seen his other one.
What's your favorite David Fincher film on that subject?
That's a good question. Let me look through his IMDb right now, just so I can.
I'll probably say
good
Seven.
reference.
Probably his best, maybe.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is Gone Girl.
Yeah, Gone Girl is really good. Yeah.
Because I mean, he doesn't exactly make the same movie over and over.
Yeah.
I'm one of those rare people that actually likes Girl with Dragon Tattoo by him.
Oh, yeah,
3, 7, Fight Club, Panic Room, Zodiac, Social
When you're
Network,
Swedish,
Gone
the girl with the dragon tattoo
Dragon
just feels a
Tattoo.
little.
Gone Girl's up there. I really, really liked Gone Girl.
Yeah.
But I would probably say that 7 is better.
You know what? You never hear though anybody saying it's the best film. Alien 3.
Yeah. Or The Game.
Well,
Yeah.
the director's cut of
I would
Alien 3
like
is
to see
actually
the director's
decent.
cut.
I haven't seen the director's cut.
I have it on Blu-ray. Let's watch it.
So imagine a good version of Alien 3. That's the director's cut. It's
Oh.
just like that's like the story between the
Really?
Surprising. Better than the studio?
The story behind his involvement with I guess it was Fox.
Yeah.
It made him into the director that he is. He fucking hates studios so much, especially Fox, and it's because of Alien 3, which was his first big feature film.
Yeah.
It was his first
Imagine if he tranked it. We wouldn't have a.
You know, in a weird way though, Fox has a history of fucking over directors. Him.
Not surprised.
Bryan Singer, who then went to DC and then went back to Fox. And then,
All you have to do is just not trank it.
Yeah. Although in a weird way,
Finding that term, you know.
It was funny. Yeah. He compared working on Alien 3 to having colon cancer, and he said he wouldn't make a movie ever again after that. But of course, we know he did. So.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I'm glad they didn't burn him out. You know.
I'm glad he didn't get colon cancer.
They burnt him, but he got that polysporin.
Didn't he even make Fight Club after that? Wasn't that his next film?
I think Fight Club was right after that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What a bounce back, you know?
That was like an FU to Fox.
Notice that the film he made right after that.
No, it was actually 7, and then The Game, and then Fight Club.
Okay. Oh. And 7's even better than Fight Club.
Yeah, exactly. 7's even more, I would say, even more of a commercial success, which is what they would really be crying over.
Yeah.
Not how good the movie is.
Yeah, true. Because Fight Club had really shitty reviews when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Ironically,
people thought it was sadistic and male bravado and stuff like that.
I should change around my ratings for Fight Club and 7.
Why?
Because I've rated 7 and 8 and Fight Club and 9, but I think they should be swapped. Just based on memory, I feel like 7's probably better.
When I asked you what Fight Club was, you said something like a 6.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Remember when it was a meme?
I know. I say it's a great movie, but people overrate it. As in, people. I don't know why it's just the one movie that everybody considers to be like. It seems like there's a lot of people that when they discover it, they treat it like a hidden gem.
It's like the Big Lebowski.
I think that's what gets to me more. Is the that people treat it as though it's oh, have you ever heard of this really cool movie called Fight Club? It's yeah, everybody has.
I feel like it's the Big Lebowski in a certain way, Fight Club. When you find out about it, you feel like you're the coolest guy ever or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, let's start a Fight Club
really
in my
cool
basement.
movie called Fight Club.
You guys want to punch each other?
It's so funny because there's tons of people that do imitate that. Oh yeah, let's start a Fight Club.
Yeah, Adam Driver actually did that when he was in high school. He told a story about that. Because after he saw the movie, he said he started a Fight Club.
I know a lot of people who have done that. I know a lot of people who have started Fight Clubs after watching that movie. I don't know how many of them continued.
I wonder what David Fincher was saying about that.
Well, he didn't.
They're perverts.
Did he write it?
No, he didn't. David Fincher has never wrote one of his films. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't. Which is really weird.
The writer, he works with though. They're very close. That's the
Oh yeah, wasn't it Chuck? Didn't Chuck, the guy who wrote the book, write the script?
No, he has this woman who he writes with. I forget her name. And there was a line in Fight Club which he fought really hard to get in, and the studio just wouldn't have it. So he's like, okay, I'll substitute it out with something else. It's like I haven't been fucked like that since grade school.
Oh yeah.
The line she,
I remember
didn't
that
she say that, and then
factoid.
they got rid of the line where he's like, "I want to have your abortion," or was that the one that they put in the
Yes.
film?
Yeah, it's like I want to have your abortion. It was the line that he wanted, and then they settled for that. And
That's so funny.
the writer was like, I hate you, like, is what she said to David Fincher. Like, but not really. Like, they're actually like apparently really good friends. But she was just like, I fucking hate you right now. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever had to write for a movie.
Yeah, I think him and the girl who wrote Gone Girl are working on another book. Another film based on one of her books.
Yeah, Gillian Flynn.
Another adaptation.
Yeah.
All right, so
I wonder what Charlie Kaufman's doing.
I forgot.
Self-loathing, probably.
I think Tom Rothman, who was one of the guys who fucked over, I think both Fincher and Bryan Singer, was the biggest problem, and now he's working for Sony.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, boy.
Just like with Sam Raimi's third movie, he probably had a hand in that.
Would not surprise me. But yeah, he fucked around with X-Men 3's everything, Ridley Scott and all that, the Daredevil movie that they made.
Mm.
He wanted it to be more like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Daredevil is just like Spider-Man, pretty much.
Every way.
Rothman thought that in the Fantastic Four movies, that it would be better to see Galactus as a cloud. Oh, God.
Yeah.
He forced Die Hard 4 to be PG-13.
What a man.
So somebody's asking in chat, what country do you think makes the worst films? Realistically,
Nigeria.
probably Uganda, but in terms of what major film countries produce the worst films, I would say India.
Nigeria.
Actually, no, wait, North
films are
Korea
like-
might be worse than Uganda for film.
Oh, God.
No, Chinese films.
I don't know. The North Korean propaganda films probably turned out better than those like Ugandan.
They
stupid
turned out better
movies.
than they should have. But they have that kind of technology.
Is
Yeah.
America the best filmmaking country to you, or no?
No.
Would it be Canada
it's
just
not.
because of Vancouver?
No. Well, I mean, okay, so if we're gonna talk about like what the best films that come out of a country, I guess you could say America. I don't know. Like
Maybe-
most of the movies on my list from each year do come from America. I'm just gonna take a quick refresher at my list because France is the first country that just jumps out as being like, wow, a lot of good movies come from there.
Yeah.
I think Japan as well.
Check this out. Japan's pretty good.
I like
Yeah,
Spielberg,
the French
South Korean.
cinema is like I feel like they have more freedom with what they do. Like they're less like meddled down by the MPA or whatever.
Okay, so my top 5 in 2008: Synecdoche, New York. That's American. Revanche, which was Austrian, I think,
Oh.
and then Burn After Reading, American. Funny Games, you could call it American. And
A
then
remake,
Five Years
so-
Zachary, American. Top 10 films of 2009: The White Ribbon, Austrian. Fantastic Mr. Fox, American. Antichrist, I would say it's American, even if it's Von Trier. Black Dynamite, American. A Serious Man, American. Yeah, I guess America is the best. Because
Is Wes Anderson really an American filmmaker though?
is he?
He's from America, I mean, but like the Grand Budapest Hotel and stuff like that is like very off from like
He makes
America.
American movies. You can make an American movie that you filmed in a different country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If it's
yeah.
American funded.
it was fun. I was just watching Synecdoche, New York, and then I was like, after I finished it, I like watched your video. It was pretty funny. And then like I got like the message. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, the overwhelming majority of films in my list are American.
French.
So
Danish,
yeah, I would have to.
I guess it's just the more that it's like more movies come out of America, so they have a better chance to having hits.
Wherever
More you might hit more.
Yeah, maybe.
It's where the money comes from.
It's like the resources, I guess, too. There's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, good
You got it,
filming
flaunt it.
resources.
I mean, maybe they
And
bring
it's also
they wanna get
partially like culture too, right? You watch a Chinese movie, like a Chinese blockbuster, like even a Stephen Chow film. It's just like, I don't know, the money isn't there for the CG, and it always looks kind of weird, and
They do
like there's a lot of, I guess, senses of humor can vary between country and like conveniences and what you're willing to put up with, which is again kind of why I hate Bollywood, is because like it just does not culturally line up with my entertainment and what I
Have you
would
ever
want
seen
out
a
of a movie.
Nollywood film?
I don't want to stop the movie and break out into song every 5 minutes. You know, it's all terribly acted.
But that's the best part.
Yeah,
Every time I go back and watch a
That was
Bollywood
true.
movie that someone was like, "Oh, this is actually good," it's so bad every single time. Even the ones without singing, I've watched some of them that people were like, "Oh, you have to see this one. It doesn't break into song," and I watched it, and it was still just as stupid and terrible.
some of the ones where I think there was one where they remade Old Boy. That was a fucking train wreck.
A
Terrible.
Bollywood remake of Old Boy?
There was. I can't remember the
That
fucking
sounds fun.
title for the life of me, but oh god, it was a train wreck. I think they did break out into song, which should not be done in that fucking movie.
That's funny.
Why are so many people doing Old Boy remakes?
Because it was a wildly successful film.
But no, hang on. Why?
Let's make
why?
a remake.
I don't know. Why remake Ben-Hur?
Money.
Yeah.
Money. It's all about motherfucking money. Sorry.
Now, the weirdest thing about the new Old Boy remake they did in like 2013 is who
That's like
directed
the Spike
it.
Lee one.
Yeah.
Like Spike Lee.
What the? That
what
was
a-
not a
what
fucking
a-
Spike
that
Lee
movie
movie.
is
I was expecting a Spike Lee movie out of that. I did not get a Spike Lee movie out of that.
I haven't even seen his supposedly good films, so
I've only seen.
I've only seen his garbage.
I've seen
like Do the Right Thing.
Iraq.
Do the Right Thing is great.
That's
The
what I
right
hear.
thing is, yeah, that's his best movie. I just saw
Like Frankie.
Chirac in the last like month, and oh boy, it's a train wreck.
Oh,
He's getting all these good reviews, though.
Christ.
He gets good reviews on principle, basically. Just because he can get a good review, he gets a good review.
Yeah. Spike Lee's Old Boy was canceled.
Where is Steve McQueen? Is the question. Like, where is this
Oh,
guy?
let's check him out. Okay, let's see what he's doing. Stevie Boy.
I don't even know what Steve McQueen would do next. Like, he's not like a filmmaker, he's like having a genre or something.
He's doing like he's been doing 3 shorts in a row. He directed like a Kanye West music video, Ashes, and
Oh, boy.
Mr. Burberry. But he's been doing shorts for forever too.
Yeah.
Like most of his movies are like shorts.
Maybe he just doesn't like working with the studio or something, or big budget
I don't know.
stuff. Weird. Because you would
The
think he would
vast
be more
majority of his
like
movies
the
are
12 Years a
shorts.
Slave.
How the fuck? Wow. From '93 up until he directed Hunger in 2008, he did like 20 shorts.
Do you even make? How do you make money off shorts? Like,
I don't know. I guess it's more just like
For the fun of
perfecting your craft at that point.
Yeah. Now, if they're gonna remake anything, I'm kind of surprised they haven't remade Battle Royale for here.
They got a Hunger Games.
Yeah,
Well,
they already. Yeah, it's basically.
Yeah. There was talks of CW at one point producing a Battle Royale TV series.
Watch a battle royale come out and like fangirls are like, "That's just the Hunger Games."
Oh god, I'd fucking.
I can't understand why Memento is being remade because
Memento's
it's a
being remade.
Yeah,
I haven't said anything about that.
it's really upsetting. And I guess all I would have to say is just for people to watch the original if they're gonna watch it all. You know.
I'll watch it if it's
Yeah.
starring Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
And
I'm Jason Statham.
I'm Jason Statham, and I lost my fucking memory, and I've got to get it back.
People have been beating me up every day, but one day I decided to hit back. Boom.
Last shattering sound.
Adam, didn't you say you saw like Francis Ha? Did you see Francis Ha?
It was in my 2013 list.
Oh yeah. Did you like that better than While We're Young, or did you not see that either?
I have not seen While We're Young. I don't even. Was that his other thing?
Yeah, it's well like Adam Driver and Ben Stiller and like a couple other people. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's out even later. It's not even in my watch list. It's got a better critical rating than it does user rating, that's for sure. I'll put it on my watch list. I haven't even seen any of his other movies. I've only ever seen Francis Ha. I didn't watch Squid and the Whale.
I only watched While We're Young.
Greenberg, but it didn't look very interesting to me. I don't really like Ben Stiller all that much, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially in that kind of a role.
I haven't seen any of his good movies. Like I haven't seen The Royal Tenenbaums or anything like that.
That is a great movie.
But that's
like his only.
That's not Noah. That's
No, yeah, I was just saying that's like one of Ben Stiller's films. Yeah, like one of the films he's in.
Oh yeah. You're right. I also haven't seen that one yet. I just recently watched for the first time Life Aquatic.
Ooh.
Which I thought was pretty great.
That's amazing. I think it's my favorite by him.
I don't know. I just feel like the Grand Budapest Hotel was amazing, and I like. I don't know. I like Birdman and Grand Budapest Hotel. That was like a really like crazy competition, I guess, for Best Picture.
Oh yeah.
They're so different though at the same time.
Just I got the audio. Like I have like the audio clip that plays in my head sometimes of like oh god, what's his name? The pianist. Adrian Brody just yelling from the background, "This fucking faggot!" So good.
So, to preface Life Aquatic, I have a friend who's like a diver, and so he knew all about this shit. He said before I watch Life Aquatic that I have to watch The Silent World by Jacques Cousteau, and so I did. And it's a 1956 movie of them like aimlessly wandering around in a boat and just like and all of these underwater like fish and coral reefs and all this shit being captured on film. And for 1956 it would be really cool because you haven't really something like that wouldn't have gone into a theater, you know, like it wouldn't have. A lot of people were seeing that shit for the first time, and so I understood its point and its place in time, but at the same time, it was kind of fucking like ridiculous. It was kind of fucking nuts. They were literally just like, oh, we're going to take back some of this reef as a sample and just start like hacking away at it and like destroying it, and there's a point. I shit you not. I'm gonna have to. It's one of the most remarkable things I've ever seen in a movie ever. They basically demonized the sharks like way worse than Jaws ever did. Like you could really see the hysteria that was present at this point in time in terms of sharks. And so basically what wound up happening was they found this family of some kind of whales, like sperm whales or something. I don't know, some kind of a whale family, and they go and chase after them like, aha, isn't this crazy, these whales? And they accidentally run over one of the baby whales, and it gets stuck in the propeller, and they're like, oh no, it looks like it will not survive, it is bleeding too much. And so then they follow around the whale for a bit, and like some of them are literally just trying to like harpoon them for fun, like, haha, this is fun, let's harpoon the whales, like literally just terrorizing the ocean as they're doing this documentary about like the wonders of the depths while they're destroying it simultaneously. And nobody saw any issue with this. It was so funny. And they chase after the dying baby whale that is trying to like catch up to its family, but it's bleeding so much that it's not going to survive. And then sharks come in and start eating it because it's like, well, it's dead. You killed it. And they even acknowledge like, yeah, we killed this baby whale. Oops. And the sharks come and eat the baby whale that's dying and it has all this blood around it. And then I shit you not, in this narration, they're like, we lost that good whale, and we felt so bad. We knew what we had to do. We had to avenge the whale. And they go after the sharks, and they do this. They literally just slaughter like 20 sharks, and like start harpooning them and like dragging them onto the boat and slicing them up.
Did you say they killed the whale? So how are they avenging it?
Killed. The sharks were just eating, like, you killed the whale, and the sharks come in and eat it, and they were like, we had to avenge the whale. And this won an Oscar for Best Documentary Feature.
And they eat the sharks after.
Like, what they were showing was new, you know, it was cool for the time, diving in the ocean and blah, 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 but this, like, anti-shark hysteria, where they literally just, the sharks weren't doing anything wrong. They were just eating. They were eating an animal that you killed, and they were like, we had to avenge it. They were literally looking for any fucking excuse they could get to just terrorize and kill all the wildlife they could see, while at the same time having this, like, heartfelt, like, oh, explorative, like, this is nature and having fun, and look at all the cool things you're seeing, while they're literally destroying everything in front of them.
Oh,
it was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen, and just this, like, this portal into the 1950s where
ran over a squirrel, must have been to kill all the deer.
Like, yeah, like it was the like most insane thing I've ever seen, and so it was really funny watching that before watching The Life Aquatic. Also,
speaking of like sharks, did you hear about Sharknado versus Jason Statham called Meg?
What?
It's like a Megalodon shark versus Jason Statham. It's called Meg. As a play on
Jesus Christ.
So is he going to be reprising his role as a transporter?
Yes, he's going to transport his car into the ocean and have to fight a shark, I guess.
I would pay for this fucking film.
It's literally
at least exist.
Meg.
I wouldn't pay too much for it, but I would at least pay $1 to see it.
Jason versus Meg. Dawn of
Jason Statham makes things good. Jason Statham is he's an entertaining person to watch.
I loved him in the Crank movies.
I loved him in Spy. He was pretty fun. He was like the best part of Spy to me.
I haven't seen that. I have a copy of it for free.
I had to watch it because my family made me. They were like, "Let's get Spy," and I was like, "That looks like shit." And they're like, "No." So they watched it.
Like
Jason Statham's one of those people that probably deserves to be a millionaire, you know.
What?
Like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise works hard. You know? And he falls back to Scientology, so don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about it. Remember when like Jason?
He gives it to the master.
Jason Statham.
When Jason Statham was literally a nobody, and he was starring next to was it Jet Li in One, and like nobody knew who the fuck he was, and he played like a cop in that who didn't do a single kick or flip. He let them all, he let Jackie Chan do them all.
I want to watch that movie again. I remember it being really bad.
It's really bad, but really good.
I remember the ending being like
intentionally called
like ridiculous, but I really want to watch that again. I'm adding that to my watch.
The ending is amazing.
Fuck, I'm after.
Somebody's got an echo. I can hear Mark twice.
I can hear Jason Statham.
I can hear myself in my awful voice.
Okay. Jason Statham. He doesn't talk that way, but we've decided that he talks that way.
Or Jason.
He talks like that way, you English bloke.
People have been hitting me my whole life. One day, I decide to hit back.
Not true of a car. I hit them with the car.
The one was directed by James Wong, who directed that movie in between Final Destination 1 and 3.
Yeah,
sorry. I thought you were going to say June Bong Ho or something like that.
He hasn't been doing much at all. He directed Final Destination, the 1, Final Destination 3, then Dragon Ball Evolution in 2009. That was his last movie. And then literally 4 episodes of TV between... No, even 3 episodes of TV between 2010 and 2016.
Who the fuck will hire him after Dragon Ball Evolution?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Sorry,
hey, remember that guy that made Dragon Ball Evolution? Get him on the. Let's get him.
Yeah, exactly.
He made 2 entertaining kind of horror movies.
Well, the first one is the only one that you can really.
I like the third one mostly because what's her name?
Stupid.
It was, but I mean, Elizabeth Winstead, those 5.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about Fast and Furious for a second.
Oh no. The only one I even liked out of those was Tokyo Drift.
Oh yeah, Sean William Scott was in this.
I like
Oh.
Fast Five.
You know, that was an era when he was in fucking everything, man.
Yeah,
Evolution, Dude, Where's My
I
Car?
remember that.
I just
That
saw
one
Evolution again
Roblox.
recently. That's one
I
of
don't
those
know who
ones.
Godfrey Ho is.
That's one of those ones that deserves a fucking Blu-ray release.
What?
Evolution.
Uh,
If only for a fact that it has fucking Orlando Jones, David Duchovny, and Sean William Scott blasting aliens with fucking Head and Shoulders.
I remember. It was kind of fun. It was a funny like movie for when I was 12.
It's one of those sci-fi premises that knows exactly what it is.
Yeah. It was like it was funny at the time.
have you seen any like movies in theaters this recently, Mark? I mean, Adam.
Not recently. So I saw 10 Cloverfield Lane last month.
Oh yeah.
I saw Krampus last night.
Mark
Was it-
saw Krampus. I
People
didn't.
like
What was
Krampus.
it?
They said it was funny.
It was.
I haven't seen it.
It was just. It was. It
Was
just,
it eh?
It was just so meh.
That's exactly what I expected it would be.
Yeah.
So
Which I like the director. He
It wasn't bad
did
in any sense. It wasn't bad. It's just.
I watched like the Holy Mountain like a month ago, and I was like severely
I'll be right back.
confused.
The Holy Mountain is a piece of shit movie that only garbage babies like. Only pretentious little fag boys.
I liked it, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
That's the best I could come up with. Little fag boys. Sorry, wow.
Fuck boys. There you go.
Yes.
Baby boys.
It's only for art house SJW feminist assholes.
Demonism. There you go.
Krampus was it was like it actually made me laugh at some points. There was like it's
I saw David Koechner was in it.
David
Fuck David Koechner.
Who's that?
Todd Packard from The Office.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Which office?
U.S. Not
Okay,
UK.
yeah. No, yeah, I've seen. I don't even remember Todd Packer. Who is that?
David Koechner's in literally fucking everything. He was actually in a Final Destination movie, the newest one.
Oh.
He's got a bald head, kind of fat, really loud.
Yeah, he played.
Oh wait, was he that like? No, I was thinking of Jim. Not
Yeah.
Jim. No, wait, the fat guy.
Mother-in-law.
The fat guy.
Yeah, no, not that fat guy, another fat guy.
Okay. So many fat guys in the world. I gotta get rid of them.
I mean, he's in so many things that I don't even think he keeps track of all the shit that he's in. He was in, I think the same year as Final Destination 5, he was in A Haunted House, which is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
I actually just saw the other movie recently that Marlon Wayans shat out, 50 Shades of Black.
Oh no.
Why'd you subject yourself to that?
You know, I've never seen 50 Shades of Grey. I've never read the books. It was better than some of the other parody movies I've seen. Most of them are shit, but I'm not saying it's good. It's not. It's a thing.
I recently rewatched the Naked Gun trilogy.
Oh man.
And I want good parody movies that come back so bad. And
Good parody movies can be done about a whole bunch of genres. You could do a good superhero one. It's fucking easy target right there.
Okay,
But-
I know who David Koechner is now. Yeah, he's from like the fucking Anchorman and shit.
Yeah, I should also say Anchorman.
Yeah.
Now I watched Knock Knock the other week, and that made me laugh so many times.
I've seen the trailer too many times on accident. I didn't want to see the trailer, but I've been seeing the trailer all the time, and it looks like shit.
It was so stupid. I was like, wow.
I like Keanu Reeves. He's fine.
Okay, he's a shit actor.
He's a fine person, I should say. His acting.
It wasn't. He wasn't a problem with the movie. It was like
as a
Two
human
girls.
being, he's an amazing human being. As an actor, he's not the best. He can do like one type of acting, and that's it. He's at least good at that, but like, do not put him. He's not versatile at all. Like he can play. Like he did Neo very well. He can do like the kind of straight
and he
man.
did John Wick pretty well. I mean, that was a decent movie for what it was.
That's what he's good at, and that's what he does well. But put him into like a romantic comedy, and fuck, dude, it's
like you do with Chris
either-
Evans and all that kind of shit.
I like Chris Evans and like fucking Snowpiercer.
Have you seen Playing for Keeps with him and Michelle Moynihan from
I don't watch
Pixels?
romantic comedies.
I don't, but I've seen that cover fucking 2 weeks ago, and I could not get it out of my head. It's one of the worst covers I've seen for anything.
I feel
All I know
like
is Red Letter Media.
judged by their romantic comedy acting chops, because I feel like everyone's phoning it in for romantic comedies. I feel like everyone on set knows exactly what kind of movie it is, and they act that way. Like nobody's like, oh, I'm really gonna turn out a real 10 out of 10 performance for this romantic comedy called Failure to Launch.
I mean,
like
I feel like it's kind of an excuse if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, look at Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind. That's a romantic comedy of sorts.
But I mean, that's under the handling of Charlie Kaufman as the writer. Oh god, the director. I'm losing. My mind.
Michelle Gondry.
Yes, it's like that. Like I think you could, if you knew who those people were, I think you could go onto the set and know based on the environment and like what kind of movies being made here, and like just like all you have to like it comes up genre wise as like a romantic comedy. But if you read the script even a little bit, or not even the synopsis even a little bit, it sounds way different, way out there. It sounds
Well, every film he does is way different, way out there.
Yeah.
It's I think as an actor, like anyone who's like fuck, they got Jim Heckler, what's his name? Jim Heckler. The comedian, the Canadian comedian.
Louis C.K.
Jim Heckler.
Yeah, Jim Heckler.
Oh.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Canadian.
Dumber.
Jim Carrey?
23, yeah. Jim
Ryan Gosling.
Like him actually acting for once and not just being like I'm a goofy man.
Wacky, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Said the
shit.
word Ryan Gosling, and I immediately want to know what the director of Blue Valentine is doing.
Whoa.
What the hell is that noise?
Unfriended all
Who's
over
doing
again.
this?
We're being assimilated.
I think it's coming from Silverman's computer. I turned them down. Sorry.
Adam, don't read the note.
I think I hear something from my
Little
printer.
bombs.
I'm turning you down because your audio was doing some
Way
really
too
weird
loud.
things.
Disturbing.
If you wind up fixing it, oh, it's still messed up. if you can't, I would suggest disconnecting your
Earbuds.
mic and then plugging it back in or something. I don't know.
Plug in the earbuds. If you got the speakers right beside your microphone, just do that.
Yeah, no. I mean, he was even talking too, and it was messed up. I think something just went really weird in his mic. So I don't know what the hell just happened.
I mean, what was I gonna say?
You can chat message whenever you have it fixed or something.
Blue Valentine or like
You're in love.
Sorry, what were you guys
Gosling.
saying about Ryan Gosling?
we weren't talking about
We're trying to make him have a love baby with Ryan Reynolds.
Help
Yes.
me, please.
We need to get we need to round up all the best Canadians and make a super Canadian race. As
Canarians.
There's some famous Canadian actresses.
Canadian actresses.
Dude, the director of Blue Valentine has got 2 movies coming out this year.
Oh, like what?
The Light
Wait,
Between
what else did he
Oceans-
direct with Ryan Gosling?
So Metalhead is coming out first. The Light Between Oceans
Oh yeah, that looks
might not be until 20. No, wait, no, it's got a USA September 2nd release.
Weird.
Is it that with like Isla Fisher and like Jake Gyllenhaal and Amy Adams?
No.
Oh, okay.
Michael Fassbender's in it.
It doesn't have Amy Adams in it?
So Metalhead is a feature-length film, and it's coming out
Oh,
this
is that what
year. Supposedly before The Light Between Oceans. I don't know. Oh, it's only got like 2 actors listed.
Yeah, is it Emma Stone?
I don't know either of these people.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm very excited for this director because I don't know. I watched Blue Valentine and I thought it was really good, and I probably could have included it on my 2010 list. The Place Beyond the Pines I watched, and I thought about a third of that movie was fantastic, and the rest of it was pretty good.
That's the one I've been meaning to see.
I don't know. I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I thought the Emery
Whoa.
was kind of shit, but not Jake Gyllenhaal, but Dane DeHaan. I thought he was pretty good in that third part.
Yeah.
Dane DeHaan is one of those actors. When he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he's bad. I've never seen him in between.
Well, you only had like a Spider-Man 2 and stuff like that.
Yeah. Life, he was alright in.
Just
was a boring movie, though.
Kill Your Darlings.
Oh yeah, he was in Kill Your Darlings. Holy shit. It's been a while.
So can we talk about the movie Shame and why they didn't have sex? Well, who is it? Michael Fassbender's character and what's her name?
Because they were
really
sisters?
upset. I was hoping.
Yeah,
Erectile dysfunction.
I was watching the whole movie. I was like, why aren't they fucking? I was just
Are you
like,
talking about the like
"Where
black
is-"
lady?
What? No. The sister character.
Why did you
Don't
have-
take Mark seriously ever. If you do, you're making
Well.
a mistake. You don't know it.
No, this is pod racing.
Well,
Don't give him your
I
attention.
can't think of a single reason why they didn't have sex.
He just needed a fucking condom. There you go.
It was kind of led on in the movie, I think, to like they might have had something happen before in the past with them sexually.
yeah,
why
it's
they
like-
didn't have a relationship.
that's what I really liked about the movie. It implied something had. It's not just between them, but obviously something with their parents. Like not sexual, but something like maybe something bad had happened. And it's almost like they found shelter within each other. And that would it kind of very heavily
Maybe.
implied. It's implied. That's what I like about it.
Well, it's
Maybe
obvious they have a
split.
past. I think it'd be a bit speculative to.
Well, the only reason I bring up the parents is because when they're mentioned, they get very cold.
Well, yeah, and they're like, we
Both
came
of
up
them
from a
get
fucked
very
up
cold
home or something like that.
parents.
I like that it's kept vague, and I don't want to like.
I know. I'm just throwing shit out there. Like like nothing I said is like, oh yeah, this is it. Film theory.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
make it
the-
film theory.
I thought it was kind
Where
of
I take,
like,
like,
Theory.
where I take
Close
like.
to the facts.
Are
so-
both of them transgender?
Oh my god, that's probably the answer.
I thought it was
were
kind of
they
obvious.
both-
Like,
You had the power within you the whole time.
That's my favorite line for anything ever.
oh yeah,
Sorry.
Adam, did you talk to like channel like Louis Criswell about like all this? He keeps getting Stanley Kubrick little thing taken down every time he tries to put it up. I thought he said
Down again. I talked to him about it once.
Yeah. After he like uploaded on the second channel, it got like taken down again.
Why would he do that instead of just fighting it on the first? I guess I'll tweet him about it.
No, he said he fought it on the first. He just wanted to upload, like, just put it out there.
Have it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, try Vimeo, I would say.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with YouTube right now? Like, it is blowing my fucking mind. It just
It's all
Yeah, as soon as I logged back into my vlog channel, I don't know if you guys saw my tweet from last time after the Hangout. Immediately after the Hangout, the March Google Hangout, I got a copyright claim saying, or maybe it was from the month before, and now it's just probably happening to all my Hangout videos, but I got a copyright claim. I'll click on it right now just so I can read this precisely. So my March Google Hangout copyright claim from the 15-minute mark to the hour and 10-minute mark, apparently, for content called Google Hangout full music composition. There was no music in my video. There's no music in my video. What is this? What is this? They're claiming that my video is a song that somebody else owns called Google Hangout full.
Yeah, I copyrighted
It's
it.
so fucking funny. And I just, it's just logging back into this channel. It's just like, oh yeah, so this is what it's like not having a network, because this channel isn't attached to any network.
See,
so
I'm
it's nice having this little portal where I can realize just how even more fucked everybody else is getting by all this shit.
See, I mean, I want to do videos. I'm just fucking terrified. Well, I can't also edit for the life of me, but that's not the point here. I'm fucking terrified of what would happen since I'm not networked at all, and putting out content would fuck me over if I get a strike at all. I'm fucked.
Yeah. I have like a shit like little small channel. I haven't uploaded it for like a while, but like everything if you put like clips in your videos, you're gonna get like content IDs and stuff like that. If it's like over a certain amount of time, you just get automatic content IDs, and you won't be able to like monetize it.
That just fucking terrifies me, and ways it shouldn't, because I don't make videos, but
You have to like edit in a certain way so that they can't pick up on it. I don't know. It's weird.
yeah.
There's ways around everything. It's just a pain. It's just
When you have like no subscribers, it doesn't really matter. I just let them give me the content ID and it's like, I'll fight it sometimes.
Does anybody remember the commercials for these where they would just had people punching each other in the face?
I miss those.
Yeah, like the baby in a stroller. Should have had it V8. Fucktard.
How the
Little
hell
bastard
did
gets
that happen?
slapped.
Commercial for a vegetable drink where people are just punching each other in the face.
Did somebody have like a Karen and slap the Karen in their hand? It was like, could have had a V8.
Should have had a V8, motherfucker.
It
Yeah,
shot in the
probably
chest
did.
5 times. It should have had a V8.
A gritty remake of the VA commercials. It's just
Somebody's eating like a salad.
They should stay.
That needs to
Should
be.
have had a V8.
It should be made by like vegans.
V8.
Like, somebody put like a chicken and they like slap out their hand like should have had a V8.
Should have had a V8.
Fuck that fried chicken. Should have had a V8.
Oh gosh.
I got
Every
two
time-
copyright claims on my The Revenant review and Birdman by Fox, but I do Swedish reviews, so I fought back, but they took it away.
It shouldn't really matter whether or not you're doing like Swedish or not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you still have the right to post it,
Yeah.
and you should be
They
able
are
to.
running ads right now. Like,
So you're saying you did a dispute and they
Yeah.
reinstated the claim? Because if that's the case, then you should file an appeal, and then if they issue a takedown notice, then you should file a counter notification, and then after that point, they can't do anything. So
okay, like
keep fighting it. That's what I would do.
I followed your content ID video, like, and I copy and pasted your,
My dispute response.
yeah, but they took it away. So
you don't have the option anymore?
yeah, I do, but if they will take it away again, I will get a strike.
Oh yeah, that's all. That's the
Yeah.
part of the whole process.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they'll end it before even getting to that point. So if you have a strike on your channel, it's not the end of the world, but you can always fight it, right? So if they issue a takedown notice and you have a strike, then it's like, okay, you have a strike and that sucks.
You
But
can't have more than 2 strikes. Basically.
I mean, see, one thing that I will say about this is like, yeah, strikes suck, but you can get rid of them by fighting them. And I'll also say that it is more important to fight them as you're getting them, because if, let's say, you don't fight those copyright claims and you just leave them as like this minor claim that isn't a strike, when you have enough of those also negatively impact your account in the same way that a strike would. And then when you have so many of those, then it becomes even harder to fight. So if you are worried about your channel, and if you are worried about what having a strike would do to your channel, then you should be equally as worried about getting too many copyright claims in general.
Okay. Thank you for the advice.
No worries.
What
No
if a
worries.
song gets detected though? How do you deal with that?
Same way.
Oh, really?
Well, because I mean, okay, in all of my reviews, the songs don't get detected because I'm talking over them. So the way that the audio detection works is it detects waveforms. So when you put a song into a program and you can see like the little up and down waves and stuff like that, think of it that way. That's what the computer is basically looking for, or what the program is basically looking for. And if you're talking over top of it, sure, you can have, like, let's say your song is just like a simple beat. It's like a hospital monitor, like BPM, just like beep beep or whatever. That's the copyrighted song. If I'm talking over it, it's never going to be able to detect it because all of my blah 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 is going to be going over top of it anyway. It doesn't even matter if we are able to hear the song with our ears in the background. I've created an entirely new waveform just by the fact that I'm talking over it. So that's not really something that I have to worry about. But if we're talking about the legality of it, there are 4 factors in fair use. some people interpret that, despite I thought I clearly explained it in my video, but some people still interpret it as every one of those 4 factors has to be met, but that's not true. There are 4 factors that are considered, and some of them have different weights than others, and they're things that are considered, but they're not. They're none of them are determinative. So if you do not meet one of the factors, or even if you only meet one of those factors, that doesn't really determine guilt or innocence. It is literally looked at on a case-by-case basis. So if someone were to if the copyright holder of one of the songs that I use decided to take me to court, my defense would be is that it is not being used as a replacement for your target market. What is the point of copyright law in the first place? The point of copyright law is to protect content owners from having their material being republished and resold and having their market affected. So in that Cool Cat Learns Fair Use video, the reason why that one particular example of the person on the bench or the couple on the bench was copyright infringement is because that when you're looking at a visual piece of art, that is a market that you could reasonably assume that they could tap into. If somebody owns a photograph, you could assume like, oh, why wouldn't they want to turn that into a bench, right? They have every right to turn that into a statue, right? But when it comes to like background music, like the market isn't a film review. The market isn't me talking over it. Nobody's looking at my videos and being like, oh my god, he's playing the theme to the background music to Bus Driver's Imaginary Places. Great, I'll just listen to his review instead of the actual song. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. You cannot reasonably argue that my material is being used as a replacement or a competitor to their original market. Their original market is the song. And I'm not making songs. I'm not making and I would even argue like that the song being put in my review isn't really at all the same song to begin with, because not only is it so low in volume with me talking over it that you cannot possibly listen to it the way that you would want to if you're using if you are trying to replace the market, but B, it's heavily edited. I put in loops where they don't exist in the actual song. I cut out entire portions of the song. I sometimes wind up recreating the song in a way to get the instrumental that the song isn't actually like. It would be impossible to reasonably prove that I am having a negative impact on their market or that I am competing with their market, and that's what copyright's all about in the first place. So I would, if let's say I were making an actual film, I wouldn't do that. Even though the same laws apply to all these different art forms, sometimes it's not really about necessarily whether or not you're breaking the law. It's about whether or not you think someone would try to sue you for it. And also, one of the 4 factors in fair use is the commercial purpose, the nature of your work, and whether or not you're going to be monetizing it. So if somebody looks at a YouTube video, you're not really going to be met with the same sort of reservations and legal trouble as you would if you were including a song like that in your actual film. Is it just as legal or illegal? Technically, but it's not really something you should have to worry about if you're doing it in a YouTube video, because no one's gonna give a shit. No one's gonna give a shit over ad money, and I would argue that my usage is fair use. Either way.
The reason I was asking is because a song got detected in a video I uploaded. However, the song that I used was a song that was, it already in the film. So can I fight back on that, saying that it's?
So I would argue that it's fair use, even if especially if it's related to the film. I would argue that it's fair use because it's still material from what you're reviewing either way. And the point is that you're using the amount of material that you're using is necessary to make your point about the film. And if you're using music from the film, turning you down. If you're muted you. If you're using music from the film, then you can also argue that that is for the purpose of the audience understanding the tone of the music in the film, for the audience understanding, parts about the film that you might not even explain through words. There's tons of reasons why someone would want to use the song from the film in your review. The question is the most important thing to do when you're working within fair use is to make sure you can use it in a way where you're really not obviously providing a replacement for the market. So I would never use a song from a movie and just be like, okay, I'm gonna stop talking right now so you guys can hear this song, and then play it in its entirety and then continue talking again. Because then it's like, okay, clearly someone could literally just watch my video to listen to the song instead of paying for the song, right? It's the same experience as you would get, and that's what would make it not fair use.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Adam, I know you probably don't care too much about Star Wars films, but you know the guy who played Alden Ehrenreich in Hail Caesar? That's actually the front runner for the Han Solo film or whatever.
Hilarious.
I thought it was pretty funny.
That is funny. So, it doesn't really affect me too much, but
I just thought I know you like the film, and he was the best part. I felt like he was the best part of the film, really.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not seeing Hail Caesar, sadly. I do have a couple questions. I do have a couple questions for you. Yes. What do you think would be good hardware for somebody starting out? This is more of a personal question.
Hardware?
Yeah, for microphones and all that.
What operating system do you use?
Windows 10, sadly.
And by starting out, you mean do you know anything about editing software either?
I'm not saying how I got it, but I have Sony Vegas, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's decent. Blue Yeti seems to be the best, standard, easy peasy lemon squeezy microphone that sounds pretty good, and a lot of people use it. So you're never gonna if you use a Blue Yeti, you're probably not gonna get people that are turned off of your videos by the way that it sounds, because that's half of the videos on YouTube right now.
I do very intimate ASMR videos with a Blue Yeti.
I would pay for that.
But yeah, I would say that's just starting out. I would say to upgrade in the future. The microphones I'm using are way
high quality.
They're not USB. They're plugged into an audio interface. So I could bring these same microphones to a professional recording studio, and it's completely different. These are for music more than anything. But yeah, Blue Yeti as a microphone is pretty decent for starting out.
Are there any softwares in your computer that makes your sound better?
Well, it's always a pretty good idea to not record your audio in the same editing software, because most of the time what I found with Final Cut and Premiere and Vegas is when you try recording your audio within the actual program itself, it winds up just sounding like shit for whatever reason. On the Windows side of things, Audacity I've seen recommended. It's a free audio program. But I don't know, you could always download something even more professional. It doesn't even hurt to go way more professional than you need if you don't care about money or maybe pirating the software anyway. So I don't know, you could go Ableton or something like that, or Cubase, which it's obviously way more than you would ever need, and that's an entire music production software.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it doesn't hurt to have way more than you need. I don't know. I use Logic to record all my audio because I use it for music anyway. Like I've already kind of gotten, I already kind of have like, just because I do music recording and stuff too, I already kind of have these things. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Music. You can try out different music or recording software. Just see what you like.
Okay. Sorry.
You can go. Yeah.
I was gonna say. Also, do you know of any really good tutorials for editing? Because I am chronically shit at it.
Depends on the software.
Well, I'm self-taught.
All
So
right. I'm still learning, and boy, I'm shit.
There's the first. I think I don't remember the first editing software I really used. It might have been Windows Movie Maker, but I think it might have been Pinnacle Studios. Just really like basic, like only 2 tracks of audio, or like 2 tracks of video and like 3 tracks of audio maximum software.
Man.
And it's so if let's say the real challenge, I guess, the real determining factor when considering whether or not you're gonna like learn from yourself is whether or not you can do something and then be able to tell what's wrong with it. And so that's kind of how things went for me, is like I would do something and then be like, oh, why can't I do this? And then I would figure out how to do it. And sometimes the trick is just like I never really watched tutorials, but there would be so many times where I'd be like, oh, how do I blank? And then I would Google search it. The only difficult part would be like, what do they call it? So like, oh, how do I make it so that instead of doing this effect every single time on different clips, that I can have some sort of thing that makes it so that I can copy and paste effects. And then I found out it's called copying and pasting attributes. So that's I guess one of the bigger challenges, is just knowing what to search for, even if you know kind of what you want. I'd imagine there's some pretty good basic tutorials on YouTube for like editing, you know.
Yeah.
I would say it depends on like what software, especially like, if you use like Premiere and like or iMovie or something like.
Vegas.
Some things have like different kind of
Yeah.
Vegas is probably the easiest and simplest and most straightforward software to use in terms of the like major professional softwares that are available.
See, that makes me feel depressed now because I'm trying to break through this fucking wall.
Yeah. So I mean, like, can you even describe like what?
I mean, I just got to editing green screens personally. Like that's what I just got to.
Yeah. Is that something that you're going to be like doing a lot?
A little bit, yeah.
But you understand like basic like cutting and
and adding audio tracks and video tracks and meshing together.
Yeah. It's always good to like also know how to like adjust the audio in ways where you can like fade it.
Yeah.
You know.
For me, right now, it's just trying to get whatever I'm working on to a point where it looks good to me.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem for me. It's like I think I got everything done, and I watch all the way through, and I'm like, oh, I fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good to have a lens where you're
like,
critiquing yourself instead of, because you know you could always make the same video and then at the end of it just be like, mwah, perfect, and then a year later, why is nobody subscribed to me? My videos are the best. You know,
that's exactly like somebody I know who has.
It's better to
Excuse
like
me,
be
President of
self-critical.
YouTube, where's my money?
Hey, Google offices, where the fuck's my paycheck?
Yeah, it's better to have like a critical lens of yourself than to have a narcissistic lens of yourself.
I have no self-esteem with shit I make. I'm basically a Girls Gone Wild VHS tape of a person.
Yes, good.
Not even the
Within
concept,
reason,
just
don't put yourself down too much.
Yeah.
That is why you feral. That's like my fake Dane voice. That's pretty good.
Anyways, I'm gonna head out here. I gotta head to work in like 15 minutes, so I will see you guys later.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much for your support. Also,
anytime. I will definitely be showing up for the next one.
Awesome. I will post the date in the same place.
A little bit of a story about before I left. I could not figure out what the fuck the authentication code was. I forgot that I had to use the app for Patreon. So I emailed Patreon 3 days ago, and I looked finally today. Within 15 minutes of using out that email, I finally got into my account after 5 days. So
hilarious.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Thank you. Peace. Boy. Yeah, we'll be doing that for a bit more, at least another.
Someone has been breathing intensely into the mic for 5 minutes now.
Really? Because I move away from the mic to breathe in.
Ugh.
Hey Adam, what did you like? Oh shit, I forgot. Oh yeah, what did you think about that guy from One Direction, like Harry Styles, being in Christopher Nolan's film? Do you think that was weird or something like?
I didn't even hear about that. Let's look it up.
Yeah.
Let's see what the hell this is about.
I never listened to the music.
Who's this again?
Harry Styles. Yeah.
It's for Dunkirk.
Seems like every single one of the members of that band are just trying to move past it and go on to other things. I saw this.
Are you saying those 20-year-old
what was one of them doing? They were doing some sports thing, and they were just trying to play the fucking game, but there were a million teenage girls that are just screaming and wouldn't leave him alone, and he wasn't even doing anything special, and he just looked like he wanted to kill himself.
Everything he does is special. Don't worry.
Yeah, well,
it's
his literally his only acting credit, so I cannot possibly say that I feel any way about it because I don't know.
I just wonder what Nolan saw in him to be like, oh yeah, let me get this.
Maybe he auditioned. Yeah. Maybe he auditioned and he had a really good audition. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I can't really comment on it. Yeah. I will have to judge him. I can't imagine he's god awful. At what point has there been in a Christopher Nolan movie where the acting is actually terrible? The acting's usually been pretty good in Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah, no, I can't think of one.
I'll put my faith in.
I've seen every single one of his films.
Christ, Nolan.
Even Following had pretty good acting.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything is
pretty good. Christ.
The worst film to me was Insomnia, though, and that had really good actors in it. Like Al Pacino, Robin Williams.
Robin Williams is amazing in Insomnia.
Yeah, I mean, it's just out of all his movies he's made, it's the least then it's not it's terrible. Yeah. It's not the best.
No, you're completely right. I agree with you. He's made nothing but really good movies, but Insomnia has to be the least best.
Unless you hate Dark Knight Rises, then you might say that's the worst.
Yeah, it is his worst, and but then again, that's not saying much. And I just prefer the original.
I got my Nolan
Nolan
collection for Christmas. We're streaming.
Nice.
My Google Hangout.
And I'm
Googling Hangout?
Yes.
Is that what you keep?
Googling Hangouts? All right.
Yeah.
Careful.
He's Googling Hangouts with a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
I want a Happy Meal.
That's not my mom.
Oh.
I want a Happy Meal.
Your mom just stops by and stuff.
Yeah, I would mind some tea, although don't make it the way that Mark gets it. No, excessive amounts of honey or sugar or anything. Just almond milk. So that'd be great. Thank you.
I made extra because I thought you might want.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're such a hipster.
Catering.
Almond milk? Who drinks that?
I know. What a
fucking hipster, right? It's so pretentious.
That's the best I could come up with.
It's your default, insult.
What a gay person.
Fucking gaybo.
What a guy who takes dick up the butt. It's
I just sit on the corner eating some popsicle and point at people and be like, that guy fucks in the butt.
Okay.
Anybody putting anything in their mouth is just faggot.
What a fag.
Licking an ice cream cone.
A grown man dressed as a baby, sitting on the corner.
You're a faggot.
I don't know what's happening here. I like the way that these are organized.
We went down to Amy Schumer level of comedy.
Yeah, that we did.
So this is how they organize the collection. They put all the Batman movies first, and then Inception, Memento, Insomnia.
Yeah.
But Memento's the
it should be chronological. I would say. But whatever, people don't give a shit.
Can
It
you
was
just
a good
be
thing that I
like
had never bought a Nolan movie other than Memento, because now it's like I got to save money by buying them all at once.
What would you say?
I didn't even buy it because I got it for Christmas.
Memento.
You get a sweet little Christopher Nolan Director's Collection pop-up book.
You better appreciate all that film and practical effects. You know.
Do you have 2 copies now of Memento?
Yeah, I do. Do you want one?
Sure. You know, I tried to get one, but there's no Mementos in Sweden. Like in
yeah,
stores.
this one would be region A too.
Stores?
So
No.
region.
Like in the online shop also. I was like in Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Sweden.
But I mean, you could order from like Amazon.co.uk or Amazon.fr or something, right?
I know.
Because I do that a lot, actually.
Hey Adam, have you used the feature where you can watch Memento in chronological order instead of like the original way? I know that's a feature on the DVD, right?
Yeah. I was just actually about to say that the one shitty thing about the Memento Blu-ray is how it does not compare to the DVD at all. Thank you.
Why?
Because I mean, obviously the resolution is much better, but the special edition DVD came with so much fucking swag. I'll bring it up. I'll show you right now. Just give me a second. I'm gonna go grab it. Actually, it might be right here.
Swag is for fags.
Yeah, holy shit. Memento Blu-rays are print on
There's
this.
2 places where I keep DVDs in my house.
Anybody who owns a Memento Blu-ray
So-
is a fag.
Here we've got the
longer your hair,
collector's
the more
edition
pretentious you are.
DVD, which is I miss having shit like that. You don't really get this shit in Blu-rays anymore. I don't know. People don't put as much effort into physical releases, and it bugs me because I like having these collector's items. So you got his case file of Leonard Shelby, and you can see Memento. It's kind of like you can feel it. This coffee stain is not from me. It's actually from. Is
that the case?
Yeah, this is the case. This is the DVD case. So it's like his case file.
Oh yeah.
And it's got the movie inside it, and you've got all these.
It's like the 7 DVD.
The psychiatric report of Leonard Shelby, and there's all these little things blacked out and crossed out, so very, very much fits the film. You've got like all these interesting little, like crazy person, mental case man. You've got it. Literally comes with a post-it note that says "Watch."
You have to remind yourself to watch it.
And the actual DVD itself. So there's 2 discs. When you actually, it's one of the weirdest DVD menus to navigate ever. And I don't know if anybody's experienced this, but I would highly recommend just picking up the collector's edition DVD just to navigate through the menus because it's so fucked up. It basically makes you do like a psychiatric evaluation, and it's like, what do you see in these Rorschach paintings? And it asks you all of these questions, and it's like you're being psychiatrically evaluated.
Psychoanalyzed.
Did you find out you were a sociopath, Adam? Or no?
And then eventually, like, it's a little. What's weird about it is like it's almost difficult to just get to the actual movie, and it's a little cryptic in what will do what and what will play the film and what won't.
Yeah.
And then on the disc, the second disc is where you can find if you do a certain amount of things in like a certain order, and like crack the code or whatever, and blah 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 blah.
Finally
complete enough questions and do things in the right order. On disc 2, it'll play the entire film in actual chronological order. So the one, if it's on YouTube or wherever, it's not because a fan edited it that way. It's literally that you can find it on disc 2 of the collector's edition. They already did that themselves, which I think is super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why.
Remember the 7?
That's why Nolan is God. So,
Christ Nolan.
Thanks, bravo, Nolan.
When you met the actor who played Beth in The Walking Dead, how did that happen?
Oh, that was funny. I was just leaving LA and I saw her in the airport.
Yeah.
do you still watch Walking Dead, Adam?
No. It's so painful.
It's bad.
The one who was hitting on the little boy.
What?
Have you seen season 3?
No.
So she's kind of at the end of season 2, and she plays more of a role in season 3. And in season 3, she's just hitting on Carl the whole time, and it's so weird because like he looks like he's like 8, and she looks like she's 18. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
Fuck, that's fucking hot, dude.
Isn't she the person who also attempts suicide as well?
In real life?
No, the character.
Probably did afterwards.
I don't know about real life.
I don't like. I haven't even. I'm like one episode away from finishing season 3. It's so fucking painful, and I still want to review it. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to review it, and I'm keep going back and forth in my head of like what kind of video I want it to be, and that's why it's taken so long. Is because I still haven't made up my mind on how I want to tackle it, or whether or not I want to do it with season 4. And I guess what's kind of gravitating me more towards it, thinking about it, is the fact that like every few months I'll keep getting people that say like, "Oh man, if only Adam was reviewing the show still," you know, because I keep hearing about how terrible it gets, and it almost makes me want to keep watching it. But
I just heard about what happened in the last episode of the current season. Where I was like this, like
every single time
or something. Who died?
Every single time there's like a major episode or like a season or mid-season finale, there'll be like 8 million people that just wind up telling me about how shitty it was and how everybody's complaining.
Don't worry.
I'm like, why do you even watch it? Yeah, I still do want to do a moral oral review. Someone in chat was asking.
Are you still working on your like Synecdoche review?
Yeah.
Did you see like more parts to it?
I mentioned that at the end of my unfriended thing.
Oh, you did? Oh yeah, you did have that thing. I forgot.
Yeah, no worries. But yes, I'm doing it. It's the whole moving process really fucked things up, and I will release some of the vlog footage for that pretty soon, actually.
Never gonna give
some of my
you
camera
up.
phone footage.
Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around. It hurts.
You messed it up.
I don't know the lyrics.
That's alright.
Run around.
It hurts.
I'm glad Rick Rolling is funny again for about a day.
I just remember that from like Family Guy. No, that wasn't Family Guy, was it?
That old ass meme.
What about Family Guy?
I know they did something.
That entire song.
Well, of course they did. Family Guy doesn't do anything original.
No, it was like a while ago, like years. Well, I guess it was probably popular years ago.
I watched a newer episode of Family Guy and I felt not good.
I've been away for a long time. It's been a long time since Family Guy felt almost good.
Yeah. I remember like I started watching South Park again, but then I just like stopped. I mean, it's like I don't know.
South Park's still good.
It's alright, but I mean, it's like something that makes me come back. Like I gotta see that new South Park episode.
Yeah.
South Park is well, I mean, for me, it's really easy because there isn't that much on TV that I'm willing to watch in the first place. So it's really easy whenever South Park comes back for me to be like, oh yeah, new South Park. I'll watch that at some point this week because literally, like, unless Eric Andre or Nathan For You or something Tim and Eric is doing is on, like, there's nothing I'm watching on TV. There's nothing I'm watching on TV unless, like.
Have you watched Mr. Robot?
Yeah, I watched the first 4 episodes and I liked it, but I decided that I didn't want to keep watching.
Oh, you should.
I didn't like it enough that I felt like I would really get something out of continuing watching it, and I felt like 4 episodes was a good testing period.
I heard people say it was like trying to borrow too much from like other films like Fight Club and stuff like that.
Well, it's more of an homage.
It was good. It just didn't impress me the way that something like that should. You know,
Yeah.
your first. The first episode of Breaking Bad, the first episode of 6 Feet Under, the first episode of like any serious dramatic show that I actually love and I'm actually engaged in, those are usually like mind-blowing, fantastic, like you can compete with an actual film. The first episode of Mr. Robot was like good, and it left enough up to the imagination that I was like, oh, instead of loving something right away and then continuing to watch it, it was like, I am interested to see where this goes. You know, it's well done, and I feel like this could go somewhere. And then when the rest of the story started revealing itself, I'm like, it's going somewhere, but it's not going where, like, it's not leading up to the level of quality that I was hoping it would. It just seems like it's stagnating the same level of quality, and it's going to keep revealing new characters and like little subplots and the whole like, he pushed him off the thing, and like, you know, there's enough cliffhangers that if I genuinely loved the show, I would keep going. But I just thought like I wasn't wowed enough by it to want to keep going. Even
so
things.
The last episode you saw was the
spoil
like
anything.
episode when he
Don't
tripped
worry.
out.
I didn't. There's, especially with TV, you have to keep your expectations really, really, really low, because otherwise you're gonna get really, really, really disappointed. And I feel like even amazing, like mind-blowing TV shows like Breaking Bad have really, really shitty moments or seasons, or, you know, like there's low points to everything. And so when you start out like not even that high, then it's not worth the investment of spending literally days of my life watching this show when I'm not gonna get any kind of payoff from it, you know?
You get payoff from Mr. Robot, though, I think.
Sorry?
You do get payoff from Mr. Robot.
Well,
though.
plenty of people do, but I wouldn't feel as though I would personally. If I didn't get it within the first 4 episodes, I'm not sure what I could have gotten.
Well, so the last episode you watched, was that the one where he was tripping the fuck out, like in this David Lynch nightmarish?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Have you watched Better Call Saul?
What is this?
Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I also gave that 3 episodes and then dipped.
What was it called?
There was too much about it that was like ridiculously convenient. First of all, the show took about twice as long to get through what it wanted to get through than it should have. Like the pacing was about twice as slow as Breaking Bad, and I mean, especially considering it really wants to compare itself to Breaking Bad, I felt really disappointed by it. I hated how many little like nods they were giving that served no purpose other than just to nod back to the original show. I hated I guess without spoiling it, like when he's looking for those characters and all of a sudden just happens to see that thing on their driveway, when, like, okay, yeah, it would make sense if he knew what neighborhood they were going to be in the first place, but he didn't. He had no idea where the fuck they were going to go. How is he just happening to drive on that particular street where he would see that outside their house? There was nothing that would have indicated to him what street he was supposed to be on. How the fuck did he get there? It was just like it's like they just farted things into place and were like, okay, so he needs to be here at this moment so that he can do this. But they didn't care about how it happened. I hate that, and that's where conveniences are born out of. And I bailed on that show, and I don't want to go back to it. I really did not enjoy what I saw.
I don't even remember the first.
People are watching it. I'd imagine it'll go on for a while.
Oh yeah, Adam, did you see Night of Cups? You know, that new Terrence Malick film. I don't remember if you said something about it. It's like with Christian Bale.
What's it called?
Night of
It's
Cups.
like a feature-length film with ASMR.
What about it?
It's the same thing he does, like not all of his new films, which is like a voiceover over top of the film.
Well, I haven't
haven't
seen
seen
any
it.
of his other films, so I wouldn't know.
We're not all
Somebody,
the same.
somebody should make ASMR the movie,
Yeah, Terrence Malick did. Night of Cups.
except with Jerry Seinfeld playing a bee. He just buzzes really quietly.
Oh.
Yeah, the movie should start off with somebody like crinkling a bag of chips over like a like drinking coffee. Directed by like Steven Spielberg. Got some of that Spielberg magic. Who would you cast in that movie?
Well, he
Charlize
just-
Theron.
Gary
We have a
Busey.
makeout scene.
I think it's pronounced Charlize.
Charlize.
Maybe, I don't know. Or
Charlize.
Charlize.
Charlie
Charlize.
Theron. Oh, Charlie. Oh, Charlie.
She's
call
one of
her
those. She's like the equivalency of Adrian Brody for me, in the sense that she can just do whatever shitty movie she wants until the end of time, and I will never decrease the amount of respect that I have for her
Of course,
because
she's
of
amazing.
her one amazing role
And what,
in
Monster?
Monster. Her role in Monster and Adrian Brody's role in The Pianist, they don't have to do anything good ever again, and I will still love them. You know.
Well, Adrian Brothers, he was alright in what's it called? Fucking Predators, like the new Predators remake. A lot of people didn't. see
He's
it
all right
because-
in everything. He's never done a
He was
bad
the best
job.
part about that movie.
But when you pick like terrible roles and you're always in bad movies, then I mean, you don't really
Well,
have
he's
the
in Grand Budapest
opportunity
Hotel,
to
Yeah, he's an
make
evil
as
guy.
good of a performance as you possibly could. You know.
He had a pretty funny scene in Grand Budapest Hotel, and they had like the shootout.
Oh, the shootout
He was
scene
really
in Grand
good in
Budapest.
Nobody shot anyone.
Midnight in Paris, which Mark hasn't seen yet, and I need to show it to him.
Isn't that a Terrence Malick movie? You said Midnight.
No, that was Woody Allen.
Oh yeah.
Midnight in Paris. But let's not even talk about what role he plays, because that would kind of be a spoiler, and I would love for Mark and my
That's
other
Woody Allen
roommate
film I
to...
saw was his newest one with like Joaquin Phoenix and Emma Stone.
Irrational Man.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. It was kind of like too lighthearted for like the dark humor for me a little bit. Like it was weird. It was like a weird mixture of dark humor and lightheartedness at the same time.
Joaquin Phoenix is like easily one of my favorite actors, I would say.
The Master. I just watched The Master of the week and I was like, wow, that film was just amazing.
Yeah. He does such a good job in everything he's in.
Yeah. I almost joined Scientology because of The Master, I think, you know.
So who's excited for 9 Lives starring Kevin Spacey and Christopher Walken?
I haven't heard of that.
You should look it up. It looks really good. It looks really promising.
Is there a trailer out for it?
Yes, there are 2 trailers out actually.
You shut your goddamn.
Oh, I'm instantly hooked on the picture on
From the
IMDb.
director of the Men in Black movies. It's called
Very
9
solid.
Lives, and it's got Kevin Spacey in it and Christopher Walken, and it looks like it could be possibly contend for
You said the
best
Men in
film
Black
of the year.
movies,
I think
but
it might be on my top 10 of 2016.
I have not heard
Is it
anything.
about a cat?
Look it up right now. You will not be disappointed.
I think I'm more
It's called
interested
9
in
Lives.
The Nice Guys right now. That's the movie I really want to see. The Nice
That
Guys.
looks good. Shane Black.
If you don't look it up, I'll be disappointed. You have to watch the trailer. Let's watch the trailer.
Let's
The
watch it.
weird thing about it though is I forgot that Barry Sonnenfeld, he was the cinematographer for the first few films.
Why is there a
of
cat on this fucking picture? This already looks like a bad movie from like this.
No, it looks
It's
amazing.
gonna be so good. I don't know what you're talking about.
It looks like that movie where the guy turns into a dog and stuff. What was that one movie?
It looks like a lot of movies where the main character is turned into an animal.
Jennifer Garner. That's how you know it's shit. Jennifer
Oh,
Garner,
yeah, I
guys.
know, right? What the fuck? She's just, like in everything bad.
She was in fucking Heaven is for Real, I think. That Ben Affleck
Kevin.
divorce really got her, you know.
I don't know what's happening. Ugh. Well, my computer's triggered. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Come on. I'm Tom Brand.
What's with all these new cat movies? Like you got Keanu, the shit.
Cats are popular. The movie studios are looking at the internet on the very surface level of what's popular, and they're saying, "This is what
All
we
these
need to
little
do."
cat videos.
We need Garfield 3.
That's gonna be the like premise of John Wick 2. He like adopts a cat. That's why like.
Oh please! If John Wick 2 turns itself into a giant joke, I think would be the best thing that could possibly happen to it.
Keanu would not let them turn that into a joke. He's like so serious. He's like training, shooting at like armies.
No, I know, but you can still have like really cool action scenes and it be a joke at the same time.
Okay.
It's a matter. I'm just talking about like how seriously it takes itself.
Yeah, like if it's self-aware, I guess. Makes like little quick jokes in between the action.
Still watching this trailer.
Seinfeld.
He has 9 lives.
How many?
So, like already within this this trailer that I watched.
You want to kill yourself?
You have this character named Tom Brand, played by Kevin Spacey, and what about him turning into a cat? If it's if it's a human brain, if it's still him, and if it's not his brain, then what makes it him? Then if it's still him. Then what the fuck possesses him to start peeing in people's shit and throwing the toilet look, he's throwing his daughter's phone in the toilet. Like if you wouldn't do that as a human, you're perfectly capable.
He does that as a human.
I know there's already one big problem.
Look at this. This is the best part. That loop.
There's too much technology in this trailer. That lets me know the movie's gonna be shit. He has
that
like
last shot of the trailer. That last shot of the trailer when it's doing chin-ups is like.
Nobody's answering calls off their watch right now. Nobody has that. Nobody's doing that. Don't put that in movies. I said nobody's answering calls off their watch. Like I hate when movies try to like shoehorn like technology in there. Look at my phone call. Look at my wristwatch.
Watch was Jeb Bush's favorite piece of technology.
MacBook Pro, baby.
Apple Watch.
I thought he liked this gun that said Jeb Bush on it. You know,
I don't know. I think Jeb Bush is a better would have been a better president than Hillary or Trump or Cruz.
I think Kasich's the best choice that Republicans have.
How much of a loser he is. Just how much of a big fat mess he is. Bernie all the way. I'm a Bernie bro.
Why so sexist? Of course I'm Bernie.
I have to harass some women on the internet because I'm a Bernie bro.
How does that harass women?
Because I'm a Bernie bro.
I feel like actually more young women vote for Bernie than Hillary.
Smart young people are voting for Bernie.
It's like the old 30-year-old people that are like depressed that just got divorces that are voting for Hillary.
There's so many like funny like little gifs and things going around about Bernie. First the bird, and then
that bird was the best thing that could have happened to his campaign.
They let him know he was Jesus. Okay, Jesus, don't pimp me. No.
Oh no! So they need to remake that 9 Lives movie,
but it's
with Bernie Sanders turning into a bird, and they call it Birdie Sanders.
Walken's like, you're a bird now.
Yeah.
He's like, what man?
Hey, Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders is Bernie Sanders.
That Bernie Sanders back.
So no, like him and Christopher Walken both turn into birds at the same time, and Christopher Walken says, "You're a bird now," and he says, "Not me, us."
Bernie's a bird.
Wow.
How does Christopher Walken talk again?
What kind of bird would Christopher Walken?
You're a bird now.
A pigeon?
Wow.
I turned into a bird, and now I can't flap my wings and fly.
I know Joe Pesci would be a pigeon.
Yeah, rat of the sky.
Is Joe Pesci still alive?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I really hope so. He's out there somewhere breaking knees at this moment. Busting knees and going.
He's acting people if he looks like a funny guy, I think, pretty much.
He's breaking into children's homes and get set on fire.
I'd like
Him
to
and Lars von Trier should collaborate on the film.
I'd like to imagine that Joe Pesci is like he went off the grid and he has an orphanage for little lost children, and like every once in a while these collectors show up and he just like beats the fuck out of them with a bat, and that's his life now.
I think he would turn the orphanage to a mob.
That's fairly likely.
Very likely.
I'd imagine that's somewhere in the realm of non-fiction.
Like he's this lovable, like loudmouth, like small Italiano man who is like got a heart of gold, and they're like, Joe Pesci, can I have more porridge? He's like, you little fucking piece of shit. I love you. He gives him the kiss of death.
He cusses him out and just still gives him the porridge.
I love you. and then his goons
take your porridge
assassinate
and
him.
sit the fuck down.
The kiss of death.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Adam, are you excited for that new Blade Runner film, Blade Runner 2 with Denis Villeneuve?
Oh yeah, but that's not how his name is pronounced. But yeah, I'm excited.
Denis Villeneuve.
You pronounced it slightly worse than Chris Stuckman did.
Is it Villeneuve?
Villeneuve. Or at least that's my interpretation as somebody that knows like some basic French.
I thought it was Villeneuve.
There's no way it's pronounced that way. He's French Canadian. There's no way that's pronounced that way.
There's a U in there.
Yeah, Neuve.
Villeneuve. Okay, I'll go with that.
Like Neuf, the number 9 is spelled Neuf. Neuf.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he does with that film. I don't know. He's a really good director. He's like one of my
I'm excited for everything that he does. And he's got like, I mean, he's got that same cinematographer in his pocket, so
he's got Ryan Gosling.
I mean, we already know that it's gonna look pretty fucking good. We already know that even if there's like some logic issues, probably, maybe, who knows? We already know that it's at least going to look fantastic. And that's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, Blade Runner. That's what I thought. That's what I thought about Blade Runner. I thought it looked fantastic, but I thought the story was kind of like lackluster to me personally. It had like a really good some lines in there, but I thought overall the story was forgettable. And the world was
burn kind of movie.
I want to see the other movie he's putting out with Jeremy Renner and Amy Adams.
Yeah, that's coming out this year, right?
Yeah, it's called The Story of Your Life. It's called Story of Your Life. It's about I think Amy Adams is a linguistics expert, and she has to communicate with aliens to figure out if they're gonna.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, that's in my watch list. You know what I would like is for Jeremy Renner to be in a good movie again. I've been waiting for a while.
It's gonna happen.
Well, what is interesting is he's supposed to have a movie coming out with the guy who wrote Sicario. Is going to make a directorial debut. It's called Wind River with Elizabeth Olsen, so they're going to keep that deal open.
No, like it's not like the writing of Sicario was its strong point, but
I mean,
what that is.
It could go either way. I mean, it was. I think a lot of it will come down to how it's directed, I guess.
It was his first.
Why is Sicario 2 listed on IMDb?
Yeah.
The fuck?
They're actually making a Sicario 2, so that's weird.
Yeah, I just
weird. I wonder if it's going to be like a Benicio del Toro spinoff.
It's probably it's like.
Probably going to be shit.
I don't know anything about it other than the fact that Villeneuve is not directing it. But it seems like one of those things where the title is going to be the only thing that's the same. It seems like it's probably going to be like a Blair Witch 2 or something. It seems like it's literally just going to be like, oh, Mexican drug lords? We can do that.
It says that Emily Blunt and Benicio del Toro
are they confirmed?
No, I don't know. I mean, you can't see shit on the IMDb.
I have a feeling that they're not going to be in it.
I
have a feeling that it's not going to have anything to do with anything.
Well, I mean, maybe Benicio, because I don't see him in too many things now lately.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's going to be in the new Star Wars, I think.
He shows up.
Oh, yeah, he is in the Star Wars.
Good.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah, that Rogue One trailer looked
Thank you, Cal.
I thought it looked visually pretty good, but I thought a lot of the lines were shit.
I need to go, but I want to ask one more question.
Sure.
What's your thoughts on The Piano Teacher?
I love it. It's one of my favorite movies ever made, and it's probably my favorite Hanky Pan film. And it's also unique for him that he was able to incorporate so much music into the film and really prove how the rest of his films are abstaining from music, not because he's incapable of incorporating it correctly, but because it's a choice just to bring in a more grounded sense of realism. I love The Piano Teacher, as it is also one of my favorite character studies ever, and I think that it is a very very, very powerful film, and it's probably in my top 10 movies ever made.
Yeah, I watched it 2 weeks ago for the first time, so like it was amazing. In my
I'm
opinion.
glad you liked it. It's very awesome.
Yeah, and it's because of you, your recommendations. Yeah, but thank you so much for this.
Yeah, thanks for your support.
Hangout.
Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, goodbye.
You have a good day or night.
Yeah, night.
Peace be with you,
bye.
son. God bless.
God bless.
No God. Oh yeah, but speaking of Sicario too, yeah, everybody's back on it, like the main three, like Emily Blunt, Benicio, and Josh Brolin.
Oh, they're confirmed?
Yeah, they're like on the IMDb cast, I guess. Basically.
Well, are they listed as rumored?
No, it just has their name and like
Okay, we'll see. Still, when something's early in development, there's a lot of times where the information on IMDb is just false.
Yeah, there's no script though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No, but there's a script, but there's no director.
Okay.
It's not a director listed. It just has the writer.
I'm so sore.
Is it the same writer as the first Sicario?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been sleeping for like the past 48 hours. I've slept for like 24 of them. I got way too drunk on my birthday. I was so stupid, and I've just been recovering ever since. I'm now like just all sore and like just tired in general. I gotta do my taxes.
What? You supposed to do it? Those are like due like in a couple of days. In America, I don't know. Canadian.
No, I think it's at the end of the month.
Oh yeah. Ours are due like on April 19th in like the U.S. I think. I did mine like in February though.
Yeah, I should really get on that.
Yeah. I hate it. It took me like I was like pretty pissed off when I did it. Like I don't know. It's not hard.
It's really complicated for me as a like home business owner. It makes my taxes like I don't just like get a I don't know what you call them in the States, like your WBEN or something, W something. I don't know.
Or 1040s.
Yeah, they're called very different things in Canada. But yeah, it's not like I'm working a job where I can just get one of those and just be like, well, there you go. Like I have to incorporate like every single movie ticket that I've bought.
Yeah.
It's a really long process for me, so I gotta get on that. Because those are all tax write-offs if I use them for a business. So like every Blu-ray and movie ticket and shit, I gotta factor in which of those are like capital gains or expenditures or blah 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 blah. I'm so glad that I can do it on the computer though. I'm so glad that it makes it that much easier. Also, thank you, Noah. They just wished me a happy birthday.
Oh yeah, what's your like thoughts on Josh Brolin? Like he's been on like pretty much like everything for like the last few years. Like
Josh Brolin?
I don't know. Yeah. Do you like think
my
he's like
thoughts about him haven't changed. He's always been good, but not like the most amazing person in the world. He's a person that I like seeing in movies. I don't really have strong opinions on him.
Maybe it's just personal because like I've like watched like several films in a row and it's just like, oh, there's Josh Brolin. Oh, there's Josh. Is that Josh? No, there he is.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
So Adam, have you seen? Okay, no, fuck me. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, you go ahead.
Thank you for all the birthday wishes. My birthday was 2 days ago. People are now freaking out about it in chat. Sorry, someone was gonna say something.
No, I mean you go ahead, dude, with the Edward Norton picture. I mean we're probably gonna stay on the subject anyway. I'm gonna jump to a completely different one.
I don't even know what you're talking. Oh yeah, we're just talking about Josh Brolin. Yeah, it's over now.
All right. Well, Adam, have you seen White Bird in the Blizzard yet?
No, but I will be seeing it very soon because that'll. No, wait. No, that's not for my 2014 list. No, that would be 2015. Okay, so I'll be seeing it between now and a year from now. I don't know how soon I'll be seeing it.
Isn't that a 2014 film though?
Is it?
I think it is.
I might have to explain that just because IMDb says that doesn't mean that that's the case. But let's just confirm because I'm pretty sure it's 2015. So IMDb says 2014.
Maybe it is.
So in 2014, Oh, maybe. It was yeah. I guess I should consider this as 2014. Yeah, you're right. Pretty sure it's in my list of things that I should be seeing for my 2014 list. So yes, I will be seeing it soon. Holy fuck, a year just disappeared.
This is.
I can't believe it. I could have sworn. I remember heavily considering that for my film festival. For my film festival
said,
shit.
I hate Evergreen,
and I couldn't
watch
see it because of other things that I was seeing. And I remember doing that, but it felt like it was this year and not the year before, which is crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I'll be seeing it soon then. I'll be seeing it very soon. And Greg Araki is very hit and miss.
I love him. He's one of my very favorites.
Yes. He has 2 amazing movies that are both very, very different.
And Kaboom.
And Kaboom was entertaining. Thor was the best part of Kaboom. That was really funny.
I thought that Jesus dude was the best part of it.
Was that not Thor?
That stoner dude, with a beard.
Was that not Thor? They called him Thor. I think that was his name in the...
Oh, I thought Thor was the blonde dude.
I don't remember. He was like the eye candy muscle boy person. I don't remember much of the movie, actually. But I remember Thor was the funniest part. I remember, if there's one thing I remember about that movie, it's that there was a character named Thor, and he was funny for every second he was on screen.
That dude.
You play Dark Souls 3 or no?
No.
Sweet. I'm gonna play Demon's Souls on my stream on Sunday tomorrow.
Play Lords of the Fallen and be like, yo, let's play Dark Souls knockoff. Woo! Should play Sultan Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Like Dark Souls rip-off games. Woo!
I don't know. Dark Souls is just some of my favorite games. I hated it at first, but then as I got better, it was pretty fun.
Because it's like one of the only games that kicks your ass and goes, "Oh, is that baby gonna cry? Maybe baby will cry."
That's Mark's fetish.
Cry again.
Crying babies is my.
I talk about them all the time.
Don't tell that to other people.
I'll tell it. I'll wear a sign
tell it to
and
the world.
stand on East Hastings and shout out, "Crying
You'll be
babies
like,
are my fetish."
Like moms will look at you weird on planes when their childs are crying.
I would
He's,
blend in really
staring at
well
them.
in East Hastings though. Like East Hastings, I would just blend right in. People are like, I'd look normal on East Hastings.
East Hastings is one of the worst neighborhoods in Canada, which really doesn't compare to any of the shitty neighborhoods in the States, obviously. Like when you say like one of the worst neighborhoods in Canada, it's not that bad compared to the States.
You trip over a crack addict and he says, "Sorry."
There's just a bunch of heroin junkies, and it's just in Vancouver.
People just don't say hi to you.
It's a notorious everybody on the street is doing heroin place, but I mean they're harmless. They're just harming themselves.
And they want money.
It's a surreal experience to go down there, and I've been there quite a few times. It's very weird. It's very weird, and I don't know, like Vancouver and BC in general have their own problems. There's a lot of shit that needs to be done, but there is a lot of corruption in the way of helping it. So we'll see what happens to this province.
But Drake told me Toronto was the most grittiest city in Canada.
Most grittiest?
Yeah.
Well, maybe as a whole, I don't know.
No,
but Vancouver's got its own weird crime. We've got Hell's Angels here.
Well, there's Hell's Angels everywhere.
We got Hell's Angels in a small town.
Wherever you can ride a motorbike.
They got them in Calgary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Whenever it's cold out, they go, "I'm not going out there, it's cold."
I'm scared.
I'm scared. They stay in their clubhouse and they go, "Ooh, it's cold."
That's exactly what they sound like.
They sound like babies. Should we ride our motorcycles? No! It's too cold!
Okay.
Hell's Angels. I got.
What if they're watching? You're gonna get killed.
I don't care.
Funniest death
Is
ever.
your baby gonna
It's too cold to go kill
him. He just starts crying. I am the baby.
I was the baby all along.
It was me. I was the baby.
So in about 15 minutes, we're coming up to the 3-hour mark of starting this hangout, which means I'm gonna end it and probably start getting to work on my taxes. So just letting you know, just giving you a heads up.
These taxes, man.
If there were any topics that had not been discussed that you would like to discuss.
All right.
Nope.
Nope. It's all right.
You gotta say something.
Say something. I don't remember what that's from.
I just want to say Nick Cage is the best actor of our generation.
Yep.
He's so good.
And anybody who don't agree, go fuck yourself.
Like being a movie
Everybody's
star.
trying to meme B-movie. Been doing that for a while.
B-movie is back on track.
Yeah, in the chat.
It's the movie to be.
Like the B movie and Garfield, I've seen appearing in the chat like crazy. Why?
I don't. Why do these movies get made? B-movie was fucking horrendous, but I think it could be ironically funny now.
Oh, did you like Filth, Adam?
I liked it. I will not be including it in my list, though. I liked it. It suffered from a few problems. I'll probably never see it again, but I enjoyed it.
Did you see Charlie Countryman with fucking Shia LaBeouf and Mads Mikkelsen?
Yeah. It wasn't that good.
I only watched half of it. I don't remember. I didn't watch the whole thing. I thought it was funny.
It wasn't that. Yeah, it was kind of a mess, and it was. I remember.
Like
what was the one thing in the trailer that he said was going to happen? That someone was going to die, or that? No, yeah, it was like. What was the whole? I'm gonna. If nobody wants me to spoil this, then I guess plug your ears for the next 45 seconds. But wasn't the whole like trailer of that movie and the whole plot and his narration at the beginning, like the entirety of it, it was like, I'm dying by the end of today or something. Like it was something along those lines. And then if you watch until the end of the movie, then he doesn't die. It was the weirdest fucking stupid thing in the world. Where like they promised something happening the entire movie and then it just like, and then they didn't do it and it was just like, nope. Like it was for no reason. It was just like, no, survived. I did it.
That's so many movies have done that though,
yeah.
And I hate it. It's a
like yeah, that was one of.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't. I thought you had stopped because it was like cutting in and out for a second.
Yeah. Okay. All I was gonna say was After Earth kind of did that. Not in the trailer, but at the very beginning.
Fear is a choice.
I'm about to die. Let me tell you my fucking story. I'm Jason Statham, and this is how I say Planet Earth. I punched Planet Earth until it was better.
Is that who they modeled the voice after for Jason Statham for the language for After Earth?
They consulted Jason's.
They need to remake After Earth with Jason Statham playing every character.
Oh yeah, did you see that commercial? Like I went to the theaters the other day, and there was like a commercial for like LG where Jason Statham is like everybody. It's like this weird commercial. Like
I haven't seen that, but that sounds fantastic. Jason Statham is just somebody that if he's in a movie, then I'm more likely to see it. I won't see every movie he's made because most of the movies he's in are just garbage. But if he's in a movie that I'm already maybe interested in, then it might twist my arm.
Yeah.
So, have you seen Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels or Snatch?
Yes.
What do you think about them?
Those are both very good. They're both very good movies. Although Snatch is a movie that, like, every time I see it and every time I think about it in my memory, it's always like, yeah, that was a very good movie. But then, for some reason, my brain just discards the majority of the plot. Okay, who's doing that?
That was not me.
For some reason, like, it is the most forgettable, really good movie ever in my own brain. There's only like 2 scenes that I remember, and I've seen the movie like 10 times, but I still only remember 2 scenes. It's so weird. I don't know why my brain just like discards it. But I remember it's really good.
Fucking Bricktop.
Oh, no. I was gonna say, did you see Fury? I watched that the other day. I thought it was pretty good. I like Brad Pitt in it.
I will be seeing it in the next month.
Yeah, I thought it would make your list, but it was fun.
It probably will not make my list.
What about Winter Sleep? Have you seen that?
Yes. I gave it an 8, and I might make it higher. I saw that at Vancouver Film Fest.
Yes. It is
What was that
a really
about?
great movie.
It was about sleeping in the wintertime.
Yes, in Turkey.
Actually,
It's about turkeys.
I think winter happens. I don't think I saw any sleeps.
There was no sleeping.
Yeah, except for me in the theater.
Oh,
Although it was that one time with that boy where it was like he suddenly started sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Good director. I think that he's actually fantastic.
Yeah.
I put the link into the Jason Statham commercial in the chat.
Jason Statham. Okay, I'll open it and watch it later.
I think that
It's only a
director
minute
is
long.
like a modern Tarkovsky.
Oh yeah, probably. That's
Yeah.
probably a decent comparison.
Yeah, they
Wow,
feel
he
like
is
it's
playing
like
every
it's
character.
making-
That was funny.
I'm Jason Statham.
He's playing a baby.
Where? Oh, I'm Jason
This is
Statham.
amazing.
Yeah.
This was posted on April 1st also.
Yeah, it was like in the theaters the other day. I was just like, wow, what is this?
I love Jason Statham.
I thought it was directed by Michael Bay for a second. There was too many.
No, there's too much going on. There's too many things about it that would be better than a Michael Bay film.
Oh, they're
I don't.
using a
They're
leak
using
song.
the leak song. Yeah, leak spin.
Leak spin.
I remember when leak spin was a thing. I left it on my I was living at my parents' house. I was like, I don't know,
Where are you, Scott
13 or
Pilgrim?
something. And I left it on my computer, and then I stayed up, just like, I don't know, doing shit. And then I was like, I'm just gonna leave my leak spin on to see how long it will go, to see how many minutes I can go with leak spinning without restarting my computer. And then I go, and then the next morning, my dad's super pissed at me and just starts like chewing me out because he looked on the computer and there was leak spin, and he's like, if this has been going for 8 hours, that means you were awake at 2 in the morning. I'm like, fuck, like, calm down. He was like, he literally, yeah, he's just like, he decided that he was gonna look at my computer and do the math as to how many hours I had started the leak spin, and then get mad at me over that. That was the stupidest thing.
I can relate. My father is the same.
I know, and it's not like that's the first time I've stayed awake. It's not like he should be surprised that I was up.
You not getting your
late
8
at
hours,
night.
Adam?
It's not like that was a new thing. He just decided he wanted to get mad at me that day. That was stupid. He's a much better person now.
He knows you stay awake for over 2
There
hours.
were a lot of stupid things like that when I was younger.
Was Simple Plan ever a thing when you were younger?
Yes, but not religiously or anything. I don't know. It was around and on the radio, so couldn't avoid it.
They're making a comeback, I heard. Dropping that dank fire.
Oh, can't
Yeah,
wait.
new mixtape. Heard it was fire.
Yeah.
How could this happen to me? I just wanna scream.
I thought you said, how could this be a meme?
Sorry?
I thought you said, how could this be a meme when you were singing?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm all about that Creed.
Oh man, I can't wait for Creed to get back together. Fuck, dude. We gotta see Creed live.
The Creed train never stops.
So I think what we should do is we'll get early access. We'll get the front row mosh pit tickets.
We'll buy the VIP tickets and we'll meet Scott Stapp and we'll ask him to sign our bellies. But the signature has to overlap over both of our bellies, so he has to draw it like really big.
Yeah.
And we'll just be standing next to each other, just shirtless, and we'll make sure to film it.
And then I'll bring in my 2 Scott Stapp body pillows.
I was just about to
And
say.
so, like,
So the
we'll
5 of us
tattoo
can
the
hang out.
signature that he'll sign on both of our bellies, and it'll overlap, and we'll tattoo it. So that means we'll each have a half of Scott Stapp's signature,
You'll
and
have
we'll
the
know
Scott, I'll have the
that if
Stapp.
we ever want to see his full signature again, we have to get shirtless and stand next to each other.
Fine.
Yeah, we'll never
Like
be
Voltron.
complete. That's a plan.
I want somebody to remix the song "I Can't Stop." So
Oh,
I
no.
can't stop.
I can't stop. That'd be funny.
I can't stop. That's.
It wasn't a bad song.
It isn't, but Coney 2012 ruined it.
I don't even remember it being in that.
Just go. You look it up.
I watched Coney. I don't
If
want to
you
watch this half-an-hour stupid meme video
It's
that turned
so
into a
funny,
guy
though.
jerking off in the
when he
streets of
gets
LA.
His own son, and he puts his son in an interrogation room.
Oh yeah, that was
And
funny.
he's like, hands him a picture of Coney. He's like, "Who's that?" He's like, "Is that the bad man from the Star Wars?" Oh, whoo.
We gotta get him.
What
We gotta
the-
go get him.
Like, why would you keep that?
Buy your Coney Survivor kit to capture Coney. It's filled with condoms and water.
Right. Adam, have you watched any of those YouTube Red movies?
No.
Why not? They're gonna be the pinnacle of greatness.
We don't really have YouTube Red in Canada, although my videos are going to YouTube Red. So we don't have the service that you can pay for to be able to view YouTube Red here, but the videos that I'm producing are eligible to be a part of YouTube Red. So I'm making money off of YouTube Red, but I'm not able to watch YouTube Red yet.
What is YouTube
That Google
Red?
subscription where you can listen to music.
Yeah, it's you paying to not have ads is what it is, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You also get access to like Google's library, so if you're on your phone, you can listen to like any album that's in the Google
Oh, that's
library.
cool. No, yeah, I would like that. I think that it's a good idea because honestly, I mean, a world with less ads is not a bad thing, especially when it's a world with less forced ads. Because it's not like, oh no, the entire fabric of capitalism will get destroyed without ads. That's not how it works. All it means is that for someone to look at your ad, you either have to A, have a product that people are actually interested in buying, that they'll share it because they want to give a shit about the product, or B, make an actually good ad, like the Old Spice commercials where people will share them anyway because they're funny, you know?
Or like that Jason Statham commercial.
Yeah, Jason Statham. Yeah, you shared me that ad. It was good enough that you shared it to me. It was unique enough that we were talking about Jason Statham, and then, yeah, exactly. Like ads can share themselves if they're worthwhile. The idea that you have to like force someone and like tie them down Clockwork Orange style and put things in their eyes to make them watch them, that's what I don't agree with, and that's kind of what we got on YouTube. You know, I would much rather pay $10 a month or something to just not watch ads, and it's worth it for everybody else too. But everybody's like, yeah, fuck, I hate that. It's a waste of time. Please take my money so I never have to watch one again. And we get more money from it because it's like the amount of the way that it's distributed and the amount of videos people watch and blah 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 blah. The money it's actually much more profitable to have that than ads, obviously, because if it wasn't more profitable, then YouTube wouldn't be doing it. There's no way YouTube would introduce a system that was like, oh yeah, we'll get rid of ads and you'll pay this much, but we'll be making less money off of it. No, the entire point of it is so that they're making more money off of it than they would with an equivalent viewing for an ad. But anyway, so yeah, we're coming up to 4 p.m. So I'm gonna shut this down.
Where I'm from.
Well,
Sorry,
you're in the
1
wrong
a.m.
time zone.
Get out of heat.
So thank you all for joining the stream. It was a good stream. Time just flew by, but I'm gonna get some other shit done and upload those phone camera videos and whatnot.
Recover from your hangover. You know?
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks a lot.
I'll post the date
Thanks for having
in the
us.
same place as it was before, whenever I have that date.
Also, I'm
next
sorry
month.
about the audio problems I had earlier. I know I probably caused a bit of disruption.
Yeah, that's all right.
Cool.
That's all right. It got fixed.
All right.
But yeah, thank you for joining, and I will see you later. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Bye.